Good morning, India. How are you guys? Welcome to another episode of the morning show. As y'all can see, Mr. Pantelis isn't in house yet, but we do have motherfucking Phil and George in the house.
Me. Yeah, me. Hi.
George was finally not afraid to come out of the house.
Bro, hashtag COVID is over.
The border was open.
The border was open.
I was able to go through.
Yes, good morning, Mr. George. Where are you going? Just going into the city. Where are your papers, George? Where are your papers?
I can't come in the city anymore, man. Honestly, it's so frustrating. And you know what sucks? Every time I feel like I'm running late, instead of blaming myself for not leaving earlier, I blame the people that I'm going to see. I'm like, fucking guys, fuck man, shit.
No, that's backwards. That's completely backwards. If you live in the middle of nowhere, you blame yourself for leaving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you. He's staring. I'm like, you have me muted, and he's smiling. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, you're muted. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. My name Poseidon.
G.
Well, how's it going, man?
Jiggity, George
Welcome.
in the house.
It feels weird that he's here. I want him to just come out of the screen.
Okay.
How do you feel? How do you feel?
Is that better, George? Is that better?
Not really, but
What, the headphones?
Yeah, bring him down a bit.
Is it too loud for you?
I have
it's
too
not
much.
loud enough.
Oh, it's not loud enough, eh? Yeah, bring him up.
I don't know.
I have a lot
number
of
three,
snare
right?
in my headphones.
Huh?
He's number 3.
He should be number 3, but the way you guys did it here, you guys always fuck around. He could be 4.
No, I'm pretty sure we had it right. Unless you redid it.
Okay, it's fine.
Can you bring mine down? More cowbell. Perfect.
There's no snare in my headphones.
Yeah, I mean,
Is that better for you?
I love how he stepped on my joke and then he made it himself.
What? I didn't step on your joke.
What? Throw this up beside him.
Fuck, he's very excited, Phil. Phil's very excited this morning.
Yeah.
Gee, you're bringing out the best in him.
I know. I feel alive, Joe.
Okay. So what do you have for us, George? You came in here live in person. You think we're going to forget to ask you the hard-hitting questions?
I woke up this morning and I looked at my wife and I'm like, I'm gonna go in the studio today.
I'm leaving you.
Oh man, it's good times.
I'm like, yeah, I
Divorce
think I'm
rates.
gonna go in. Yeah, divorce rate.
Divorce.
So I thought, look, let me just go in. I've been thinking about this at least 2 weeks now, and I'm like, should I start going in now? And I'm like,
How long does it take you?
it took
45 minutes? 45?
No, don't say that. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
It's about
45 minutes?
Have you seen what's happening on the
Actually,
highways?
yeah.
It's crazy.
Really?
It was okay all the way up until Côte des Neiges or whatever, the Atwater, after the Atwater tunnel.
Oh, you went straight through the city? to
no,
come
no,
here?
I went through
the 15, no?
I took the carry.
Oh, that's what you mean, the exits. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you got off. Why'd you get off there?
No, I didn't. I'm saying up until there it was fine.
And then it
So-
was jammed?
Well, it was not so bad. I mean, it was rolling.
45
Well,
minutes.
the carry is always a mess.
I left. What time did I leave? Around 9:10, and I got here. I saw you outside. It was
Yeah, it
9:50.
was like, nah, it's not so
Oh, that's a
bad.
half hour. Okay, that's not bad.
9:50. Let's say 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, it takes me 20 minutes from Côte des Neiges now because of the fucking construction. And I'm in the city. Like, I'm just zipping around.
Bro, it took me 20 minutes to go from my place to Saint Therese last night. I love that. When there's no traffic, bro, it's the best. Just drive anywhere you want.
That's why when you're looking for a place, you never go there off hours. Like, if you're considering going to live far, you go, okay, I'm going to drive there during rush hour.
Well, that's if
you
you
need
have
to
a
know.
9 to 5.
You know, it's funny.
Yeah, that's fair.
When we were looking for a house, I don't know why I even thought of looking for a house in Laval. We were just considering the options, right?
Sure.
So, and there was one house in St. Dorothy, and I didn't want to. There was no way. In the back of my mind, I'm like, I can't move to Laval. I can't. It's just, it's not me.
Your
There's no way
neighbors
it's gonna
were
happen.
ethnically diverse.
So, but my wife's like, look, let's just go check it out. Whatever, you know, it's in our options.
Wait, is your wife from the South Shore originally?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
they were in the east end of Montreal. Then they moved. My in-laws are in Candiac. Anyway.
Oh, fuck, they're far.
Living on the reserve, man.
So she's like, look, whatever. It's in our list to consider. Let's just do it. So we find a house online. We call the agent, and the visit was like at 6, something like that. Whatever. So I finished
During
work.
the week?
Yeah. Dude, we never made it. I was stuck
That's
on
nuts.
I was stuck on the 13. I called the guy. I'm like, yeah, something came up. I can't. We went home and we never
Never spoke of it again until right now.
We never mentioned Laval ever again.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I did that. Do you remember where Homer's ex-girlfriend Sabrina, where did she live? What was that neighborhood?
Oh, Tarbon.
Yeah, so I had seen
Ah,
a place
the
in
good earth.
Terrebonne. Yeah, and I was gonna go. We were gonna go check out a house, and on the way there, we're like, yeah, we're not going. I would never live, bro. It was taking so long, and everything was blocked. And then I get in the neighborhood. The neighborhood, like we're going to a nice neighborhood, but to get to the nice neighborhood, you go through what I could only call a crack den.
Yeah.
Right?
Terrebonne is
And I
like
was
that, though.
Yeah, it's like I was like, yeah, this isn't happening. We turned around, came back to Montreal.
One of my a relative of mine, my godmother's son, he moved out to Saint Eustache. And I was like, what the fuck?
I know people that moved out there.
And I drove there. We went to see the place like a few months ago or a few weeks ago. I don't remember now. I've lost track of time with COVID. And I get there and I'm like, wow, Saint Eustache is kind of cute.
Yeah, it's just far.
It's far. No, I would never go out there. But it has
very
this
nice,
like,
man.
It has this pretty little
they have
town. It's interesting.
I was in Saint Teresa yesterday. That's what it was. It was a nice little town. Like I liked the town. I just
and
couldn't.
it's waterfront Saint Eustache.
Saint Eustache was Saint Teresa was nice. Yeah, Saint Eustache is very nice.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't fathom being 20 minutes with no rush. It's easy. But with actual traffic, it would take me 40 minutes to get to the studio. So I could never fathom myself living there. But it looked nice. Like it was clean.
Anna's cousin had moved to Terrebonne like maybe 8 years ago, and we went to see her when they first moved out there. And as we were leaving, I was like, Matt,
We're never
I'm
coming
gonna
back
miss
here
you
again,
because
dude.
I'm never coming here ever again. And they didn't
not
even
gonna
last
happen.
out there. They couldn't deal. They came back.
Yeah, it's too far. Especially if you're used to the city. Like we're city boys.
Yeah, I'm like thick of the city. You too. Well, you grew up in Park X.
Look, it's weird because I actually miss the city. Last week, when was it? No, 2 weeks ago, where we're preparing the condo. We spent the whole week downtown, and I was telling my wife, man, I'd move back
Was that
here.
only 2 weeks ago?
I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Fuck, it's only been 2 weeks since I
We're in a
moved.
time warp. Yeah, you just moved, dude.
And I was telling my
Feels like
wife,
a year.
and I was telling her, I'm like, you know what? I wouldn't mind moving back here. And suddenly I forgot that we had kids and that we don't fit.
Yeah.
And then there's all this shit.
While he's saying it, he's face pushing his daughter. He's like, yeah. Now that we're alone,
Go look at that open plug. Stick your finger in there. See what happens.
Yeah. So that's the weird thing with me. I actually miss the city. I love the city. But every time I have to drive into it, I don't even know how much I swear. I just can't stand it.
they haven't built it properly.
It's this weird. It's this weird paradox. I don't know. It's like this.
The highways are too small, and they're not good at planning city work. That's all it is. Like they just shut down. I just moved, and like the day after I moved, they're like, "We're closing your whole street for a day." What do you mean? You can't close a whole street for a day. People live here.
It's a pretty big street too.
It's a pretty big
You're
street.
talking about the main artery or the one that you're on?
my street.
Oh,
but
still.
it's still a main artery off. It's not a main.
It's
but
not a
an
main artery, but it still sucks. That
It's
they
how
close
you
your
get
street.
to the highway though from Côte-des-Neiges, right? So I was like, what are they doing? They're putting in speed bumps. I'm like, okay, there's a school here. That makes sense. Then I look at where they put it. They put it after the school. So like you can zoom in from Côte-des-Neiges at full speed, kill 5 kids, and then you hit a speed bump.
Yeah,
Like good job, city.
Kids
Thumbs
is
up.
okay, but you're gonna kill some tourists. That's not.
There's no tourists in Côte-des-Neiges. Not in that part of
Well,
Côte-des-Neiges.
there's not anymore now because they had no speed
I
bumps.
don't know. I missed the thick of the city too. I realized even where I was pretty I was pretty urban where I was before.
Yeah, you're very urban.
It was urban. The environment.
It was urban.
It wasn't
Bangla.
like inner city urban, but like I had access to like neighborhoods.
You're in the city. You're
Where I was, yeah.
I agree with you.
But now I'm
You
like
in Timor? You were in the middle. I like that.
It wasn't like middle TMR.
But I wasn't-
where
No, it
you
wasn't
feel like
middle-
you're in the suburbs.
Bro,
kind of
middle
I
TMR is
can't
my
afford-
dream
me
place
too.
to live.
Yeah.
Actually, that's
And I
not true.
always look at houses and I'm like, fuck, this is a nice house. I could see myself living here. And then the price tag is like $3.5 million. And I'm like, all right, a heist. A heist is necessary.
Absolutely. You want to live in TMR must be old money, drug money, and slavery. That's the only
No,
way.
it's
you
just,
can,
no, it's just old money and new money too. It's just the question of there's no there's no house in TMR that's
starter
sold for
home.
200,000 and then you build it up.
There's
Yeah.
nothing. There's nothing under $1 million. in
You're already
TMR.
established and you go. It's not like a new family that's trying to make it. You have
unless
your,
they're a new family straight from China.
oh yeah, then the whole they
Like
made
yeah,
it.
the whole block was Chinese nationals when I left.
You sold your place to a Chinese national.
I did, yes, and she was very upset with me.
Yeah,
She was just confused because she didn't speak English.
You
So
lied
she
about
didn't
the
know what
price.
I was saying. She was always like,
Look, we should say this up front. There's a chance Phil goes to jail.
no, I mean the
There's a
condo
chance
was,
he goes to a Chinese prison.
No, man, it was Telkel.
It was
You know
Telkel.
Telkel.
Oh, before we get started,
Yeah.
George,
Didn't we start?
your friend Justice Trudeau
Just teeth.
announced yesterday morning. He said, "Today is the day. I will announce the new Governor General of Canada." For those of you who don't know, the Governor General is kind of really in charge in Canada, on paper.
On paper.
And people were excited. A lot of people sent messages, said, "Finally, it's happening. You're getting your nomination." I said, "Yeah, I think so. If he's doing things right." And you know what happened? I was not nominated.
He snubbed you.
He snubbed me, and then he said,
But he
"I've
said he was
nominated
going
the
to, and-
first Indigenous woman." And right away, I said, "Could be me, but probably not me. Doesn't sound like me.
You're indigenous somewhere.
I'm Indigenous somewhere.
We all are.
Definitely not a woman." And then, like, it felt. Here's what fucked with me is it felt like an empty gesture. It felt like, all right, I know we may have killed children, but look at this, right? Affirmative action. That's what it felt like.
You know what it felt like to me watching it? It was cringy. When the first Indigenous woman becomes Governor General, and in the first opening seconds of her acceptance speech,
they gave her a Cleveland Indians jersey.
No, she just said, "I want to thank Her Majesty the Queen for this opportunity." I was like, she said that because she's a representative.
Well, that's what it is.
I know, but don't give in. Fight.
If I was an Indigenous person and they offered me the role of Governor General, I would take it, and then I would talk so much shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't talk shit. I would walk in with a headdress. Like, well, we have our own fuck your powdered wigs. That's what I'm wearing.
Like, I don't know what she said in Inuk.
That's what I would do. My fucking, I don't have your stupid staff. I have a goddamn branch.
She should have come out like
from a
Bane.
tree from this goddamn land. That's what I would do. I would go full fucking.
She should have started a revolution
fuck
right
the
there.
Queen, yeah.
She shows up and in Inuk she says, the fire rises and like destroy, burn them all.
No, I wouldn't do that. They're not violent people. Here's another thing.
That's their problem.
So everyone's blaming the natives for everyone. People were until
Poseidon
natives came out.
mostly.
Yeah, the natives are burning down churches. It's all white people burning down
the
churches. I never said you blame the natives.
Oh,
I did.
yeah. Why'd you say that?
Why not? I think that I'm pretty sure that's the.
No, he's on my side. Then the videos came out
vein
with
of the
white
show.
people, and then you have natives come out like, "Can you stop fucking burning churches? Like, why are you saying you're helping us? How is that helping us? You send churches on fire, you fucking idiots."
Did you see the French people get really the Quebecois French get mad about her speaking in 2 languages yesterday?
No, I never.
It's so
Where do
funny.
you find this information?
Twitter, man. Twitter.
I'm on Twitter and I'm on French Twitter.
That's one of the main issues that she's going to
amazing.
have to deal with. The fact that she doesn't speak French, but she did give an explanation on why she doesn't.
And it's
speak
a great
French.
explanation.
It's a great explanation. It's a slap in the face considering everything that's happening.
What is it?
Oh, it's so good.
I was at a residential school.
Exactly.
Yeah. She was barred from learning French by the Quebec government. She's from Quebec.
Oh,
She's
get
from
out of
northern
here.
Quebec. She's
Yeah.
from Nunavik.
Oh,
She's from Nunavik, exactly northern part of Quebec. She said that she was denied the opportunity to learn French while attending a federal day school in Quebec. But she's committed to continue. Like she has been learning French, but she's not a nobody. I mean, look, if
She has a great.
I never said she's a nobody.
She has an excellent.
she has a great track
curriculum
record. She has a great CV. But I mean, since we're there, we'll
But
start
a
off with
silly
that.
name. Can we just agree that she has the silliest name?
Mary Simon.
2 first names. Weird.
I didn't know that was her name.
Mary Simon.
Mary Simon. Oh, we really fucked those people up, man.
I mean, no, it's a traditional Inuk name.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's
but,
triangle, upside down triangle, line,
she's
dash.
not. But she's not 100% Inuk. Eh?
She's Métis.
No. She's Inuit, Inuk, whatever. But only from her mom. Her dad wasn't. So
Oh, really?
it's a mixed marriage. So she has lived that reality of I guess a mixed marriage in their community, which for the longest time wasn't really
Taboo.
Accepted?
Yeah, it was taboo. Whatever.
By
Yeah.
whom? By their community or by the other community?
Everyone.
By both, yeah. Anyway, so look, since we're starting there, historic first.
Poor George. He has the whole list. We just jumped ahead. He's like, "Fuck, I gotta
No,
find
it's
it now."
fine. No, it's fine. Historic move, Justin Trudeau. So he named Mary Simon new Governor General. A little bit about her, just so you guys could know. In the early 80s, she was the president of Makivik Corporation. Basically, it was a corporation that represents Quebec Inuit. And she actually negotiated the James Bay and Northern Quebec Agreement, which...
did she?
Which happened in the early 90s. It was one of the first modern land claim settlements with an Indigenous group in Canada. In the 90s and 2000s, she was Canada's first ambassador to the Circumpolar Affairs. I don't know what that means. I think it's like affairs with all the countries that are kind of around the Arctic Circle.
I once had an affair with an Arctic Circle.
So and during that same
Circumpolar
time, she also served for 2 years as Canada's ambassador to Denmark. So and after
They're
that,
circumpolar. They have Greenland.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. So she's been a diplomat for a pretty long time up until now. In 2006, she became the president of the Inuit Tapirit Kanatami. So basically, that's the national organization representing the Inuit. So it's kind of like their assembly, if you want.
Their Congress.
of Inuit. So look, she's very well known, very well respected person in Canada's Indigenous communities. People were very happy about that.
Are the natives happy?
The natives are happy.
As long as they're not restless, then we're okay.
they're happy. I mean, look, of course it comes after.
I don't know how these things sound in your head before they come out of your mouth. I'm wondering.
What do you mean? Have you never heard that expression?
No.
The natives are restless?
No.
Really? Chat, protect me. Go on.
Anyway, so it comes nearly 6 months after the former Governor General Julie Payette. We spoke about that on.
Oh, she was the one that was being a cunt to everyone.
The bully, yeah.
Yeah, she resigned after several accusations of bullying and the fact that she maintained a toxic work environment. So she was out, and we spoke about that. Obviously,
what does she do now?
Who knows? And also this appointment comes at a time where you have hundreds of unmarked graves that have been discovered belong to children that attended former Indigenous residential schools, which we've spoken as well. She said that her historic nomination was an important step forward on the long path towards reconciliation and towards building a more inclusive and just Canadian society. Like you said, one of the main issues that has come up is the fact that she's bilingual in English and Inuktitut, which is the language of the Inuit, but she doesn't speak French. We explain why she doesn't speak French, which is a huge slap in the face.
It's funny.
It goes back to my argument.
But what I'm wondering is, would people have accepted that explanation had all these things not happened in the last couple of months with the residential schools? Are people more sensitive to the fact that, oh, yeah, we understand now that we know more about your history and everything that's happening, why you don't know French?
Look, I'm going to be honest. This is a native person. Even if she didn't speak English or French, it's not something. It's not something. Yeah, right? It's not. Yeah, but it's not something I would hold against her.
Look, but that's what we're talking about, Phil. Before we start, I'm like, it would have been nice if she came out and said, "What are you talking about? I do speak both official languages. I speak English and a native language."
Yeah. Or not even if she spoke two different Indigenous languages, I'd be like, that's fine. Because you can't be too hard on the people that you fucked over to that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
she didn't say the same thing. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I listened to what she said. I heard the English part. I understood it, obviously. And then in the second half where she spoke in her mother tongue, she said a bunch of English words mixed in. And one of them was,
comrade.
No, like the Hudson. One of them was because their language to me is very strange. It's syllabic and it sounds like mumbling for the most part. It's like the Hudson Bay Company. I was like, the Hudson Bay Company? You didn't mention that in English. What are you even saying right now? I want to know. What was she saying?
The Hudson. She just said, I like the Bay. That's where I shop.
No, I'm just saying. The first Indigenous person takes this office, and in their non-understandable for most of us.
But there was no translation?
No.
Maybe they didn't know that she was going to speak her language.
I think she just did it off the cuff. Good for her if she did.
Good for her.
But it was I wonder what she said. Because the Hudson Bay Company was not in the first half of that speech.
Right. The Hudson's Bay Company actually has done some...
That's why I'm saying
horrific shit,
yeah.
You sure it was the Hudson Bay? Maybe
it's
she said
really
James
on the top
Bay.
of the
Maybe
list.
She's talking about the
agreement.
agreement.
Overpriced silverware.
Mumble, Hudson Bay Company, Inuk.
Anyway, very quickly for the people listening or watching, just on the role of the Governor General.
So wait, this is good. So we're celebrating this, even though I feel like they would not have given it to her.
A token thing.
Yeah, I feel like they would.
I agree with you. I agree with you that there's a little bit of theatrics over here, the Justin Trudeau standard theatrics stuff. But
do you know why this bothers me?
Yeah.
Because you just said people like her. She's really qualified.
She is.
So this takes away from that. This is why I don't like it when they do shit like this. Had they done this a little bit earlier, if they waited 2 weeks till the other stuff
you think it would have died
blows
down in
over,
2 weeks?
And then 2 weeks, but that's the cycle. There's gonna be something else to bitch about.
That's true.
It's just the way we are. Then so she could enjoy her moment that's deserved instead of being like, all right, get in there, we're subbing you in, we need that's what I don't like. And they always do this.
Yeah, but at the same time it could be kind of like a point that he's making, saying, okay, look, we're gonna do something about it, and here is a move that I'm making immediately right now to remedy the situation.
I kind of agree.
By the way,
with George
to me that does not remedy the situation. I'm happy it happened, but it does not remedy the situation.
It's a first step
maybe it doesn't remedy,
towards
but yeah, it's
when the highest office in the land is held by the most oppressed, a person from the most oppressed group,
it sends a message.
It sends a big it is. It's a turning point. Do
you think
yes,
she will use her powers
for good
to overthrow Justice Trudeau?
No.
I don't think
so. No.
That would be exciting.
She won't do that.
She has a vote in me.
But guys, can we agree that it smells of an election? I mean,
yeah.
Come on.
Have you I was reading comments
because
on
look,
Twitter,
guys,
people are so Justin
people are
Trudeau
easily
is the
played.
greatest
No,
prime
because
minister. Look at him reconciling everything. I was like, what?
I'm friends with his official photographer, Adam Scotty, and I follow his feed and everything. And you have Justin Trudeau going around sitting.
I just want to answer because someone asked, "What's her reason for not speaking French?" Because she grew up in a school here, right?
That barred her from it.
That barred her.
She was denied. She was denied the opportunity to learn French because
in Quebec.
Yeah, because she was taken into one of these schools.
Yeah, there's a reason. Get mad at if you do what I said a few weeks ago. Get mad at the government who imposes these stupid rules.
Yeah.
If
So-
you're in Quebec, I believe both languages should be mandatory.
So for people wondering what the Governor General, even though we've spoken about it in other episodes, it's a much more ceremonial role.
It's not really a serialized show. You don't have to follow, George. You can just jump in whenever.
Yeah, no, I just want to finish up the point over here. So she's
It's not Days of Our Lives.
she's officially the head of state of Canada. She's the Queen's representative
The headdress
in
of
this
state.
country. So she pretty much carries different duties. She has the power to give the throne speech every legislature. She can suspend Parliament, and she gives royal assent to all the legislation. So she's the one that gives the stamp. And
Can she
approves the
knight me?
laws.
Yes.
She doesn't knight. No,
No?
she swears in the Prime Minister and the Commander in Chief of the Canadian Armed Forces.
Does she ever get to hold the thing the whip holds?
The scepter? Yeah, dude, she's the Governor General. She could grab the scepters.
I don't know if they grab it or if it's
Because I
more
know
of
if you grab it a
ceremonial.
specific
Let me say,
way.
I see people holding the scepter all the time.
Yeah. What I mean, aside from
guy-
traveling to like feudal Japan, what is that scepter for?
Have I told you a story?
Little deep cut
Ninja
Ninja
Turtles
Turtle
3.
reference.
Have I told you the story? This is like at the very beginning when I had started working in politics. We went to Quebec City. There was some convention, whatever. And
I hope the story ends in orgies.
No, but this is fucking hilarious.
Oh, this was National Assembly story?
Yeah. So we go there. There's a big convention, the Liberal Party. So there's a lot of people. We're talking about thousands of people. And at some point, my colleague that I worked with, the next morning, he tells me, "Dude, you won't believe what happened last night." I go, "What the fuck?" You know, he goes, "I went out, we drank, partied, blah blah blah." And then on the way back to my room, I saw the Speaker of the House walking drunk.
With a scepter?
No, on the main streets of Quebec. You know,
Yeah.
so he's like, "Fucking guy." So I helped him get to his room. Blah blah blah.
George
So-
roofied him.
No. So we're laughing, right? So he says the same story to another colleague, Doris, that we used to work. And Doris,
remember that.
and Doris has been working politics like since the early '80s. Like she's
seen it all.
She's seen it all. She's been organizing campaigns since Robert Bourassa, and she's like, "That's nothing." I mean, okay. I mean, there's stories of him getting drunk, falling asleep in the National Assembly behind the Speaker's chair, and he needed a pillow, so he took the pillows that the scepter is on.
The scepter's on?
So they found him the next morning, passed out behind the the Speaker's chair. The pillows were missing. The scepter was
pretty
fucking
crazy.
and he was sleeping on the fucking pillow. Oh, God.
Oh, that's fucking
if
funny.
you did that at any other job, you'd get fired. Like if you worked at like, I don't know, fucking the bank, and they came to work the next morning and you were asleep in the vault, sleeping on those bags with the money sign on them.
Depends on the bank.
I mean, it depends on the bank, yeah. I suppose.
Well,
But
you know
it's
how many-
great. It was a different time, man. I mean, I guess drinking back then was a standard thing. And I remember he resigned in 2008. And
Was it related to this?
No. So he needed 2 witnesses to sign his resignation. So he called my boss and another guy, 2 rookies, whatever, you know. At that time, they were freshly elected in the National Assembly. So he goes, "Come over to my office. I want you guys to
know the
sign
story.
my resignation." It was like 8:30 in the morning. They walk inside. The guy's drinking scotch, and he's like, "So, guys, you want?" They're like, "What are you doing, man?" It's like 8:30 in the morning. He goes, "Yeah, what's the problem?"
Yeah. Why you guys act like a bunch of faggots? Just drink it and sign this. We got a country to run.
Well, you have a country to run. He was leaving, right?
So wait, you have to, but he was just resigning on his own terms, like fucking I'm retiring.
Yeah, he was.
was done.
We thought he was done, but then he
Came back.
you know, he jumped into municipal politics, and he's still actually he's still elected municipally in Montreal.
Are we saying this guy's name? Who
Good
we
for
talking
him. High function
Ah, fuck
alcoholic.
it,
I like
it's
it.
okay.
Yeah.
about? Yeah, it's okay.
Like, we're not gonna say his name.
That's fine. That's fine. George just fucking ruining all his relationships on the morning show.
There's a bunch of stories. I can't say them on there, but yeah.
You can write them anonymously in a memoir, though.
I'll tell no guys when we're done. Remind me. I'll tell you a story of
Oh,
something
that's
that happened to him in Italy. You're gonna lose your fucking shit. Back in the 80s.
Why are you doing this to the fans?
It's so fucking fun.
Back
Well,
in the
he's-
80s.
uh,
You were a
I
child in the 80s.
can't say this. Anyway, I don't know if you guys saw this morning. I was driving here and I heard on the radio in Haiti.
Oh,
Oh, the prime minister was
Got
assassinated.
assassinated.
The
The president.
The
Yeah.
president was assassinated in his house. His wife apparently also was injured, taken to hospital.
I'm sending my condolences to Preach, but I don't know if Preach likes this guy. I don't know if.
It was a contested presidency, so he had a lot of fans, a lot of supporters, but he also had a lot of people that were very upset with him, especially given the context of the pandemic. People were
Fed up?
They weren't fed up. I mean, look, it's Haiti. I mean, we were frustrated here with everything. Imagine a country that doesn't have the resources that we have here in Canada. In the last couple of years, there's chaos. There's a lot of street gangs that have taken control of certain sectors.
It's like El Salvador.
Or Montreal North.
Yeah.
People apparently are afraid to go out. They're hiding. And it's just strange. I mean, and traditionally, because this is what they were saying on the radio, traditionally, I mean, this isn't something that comes unexpectedly, right? I mean, the presidents, even the former presidents of Haiti, have always had a huge security detail because they've always been worried about their safety and security. And it comes as a shocker that there was some sort of...
It's like a hit squad, right?
Yeah, it was
I thought it wasn't like a hitman situation. It was like a lot of people.
It was a group of... it was like a group of commandos that got into his house and like trained, I don't know, military or former military.
And he didn't have security, this guy?
That's the whole thing. It's strange
or
that...
he did, and they're all dead? I don't know.
They didn't mention anything
like a Tom
about
Clancy
that.
Novel.
But to think that I mean, I would imagine that his residence is protected, and I mean, I don't know. What are we watching
What
here?
the fuck is this?
It's the that's
his funeral?
No, I don't know what the hell this is.
This is the coffin dance.
Oh, goddamn Poseidon.
I have to say that if you're gonna go out, that's a way to go out in style. They know what they're doing, the Ghanaians.
So there you go, man. Amid all the other crap that this country has been dealing with for the last who knows how many years.
206.
So now the vice president has to take over.
Yeah,
There's no vice president.
There's a prime minister. There's a prime minister.
It's a democratic republic.
It's like
Greece.
France. It's like France with a president and a prime minister.
Like Greece,
like Greece, yeah.
No, because Greece, the president of Greece is kind of like the governor general here. It's a ceremonial role.
But the governor general here, we say it's ceremonial, but the powers that the governor general holds are very, very high.
People only say they're ceremonial because no governor general in living memory, has ever used those powers.
What the fuck are you talking about? We suspended parliament 3 times in our lifetime.
Only at the behest of the ruling party.
Yeah,
Right.
Of their own accord, like.
No, but no one's going to do it off their own accord because then they won't listen.
It's not like the Queen called her and said, do
but
this.
Technically they could. Like, for example, if a bill, let's say for C10, for example, okay, it would pass the House, the Senate would vote, and then it would, it would be voted back into the House, and then was sent to the Governor General to get approved. The Governor General can say, you know what, I don't like this bill, I'm not signing it.
Oh, good.
Like the person holding that position has that kind of power.
By the way, we should mention that the Senate smacked around that Bill C10.
Yeah.
But there's another one, Bill C35 or some shit.
C36.
636, the one the hate speech one, but it's so vague that they try to clarify what hate is.
Well,
and how you make people feel. You could, and one of the examples is if I would start making videos about how much I hate bananas, and you're a big
banana eater.
Or if you identify as a banana.
No, not identify as that. It's fine if you hate something, anyways. And because I hate bananas. I say people who like bananas are weird. You could say that you felt threatened because I clearly said I hate bananas, and you're known as a banana lover. That you could then come after me for $20K. You know how crazy? You know how insane that is? That we're putting what we first put as like anti. If you're saying kill all Muslims or kill all Jews, you're putting that in the same category as fuck bananas. You know how psychotic this is? Like we're a fucking joke of a country.
But I'm not sure. I'm not sure that bill has been tabled yet. I think they're planning on, and the information has come out. Exactly. Maybe in the next legislature they're gonna
But I was worried, but I'm not too worried anymore because if Bill C10 didn't make it through.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I think people are gonna be like, even if it goes all the way to the Senate, they're gonna be like, are you fucking kidding me?
But guys, keep in mind one thing, because the Senate, I think that the independent senators or former liberal senators before Justin came in and made them independent, they have the majority, so anything can pass. The only reason that C10 did not pass in the Senate is because the time frame was so small until the Parliament and Senate suspended that they played it smart and prioritize the other bills before, knowing that we won't have time to get to C10.
Smart.
The Parliament will shut down.
What happens to C10 now?
It has to go back through the whole process.
It's finished.
Yeah,
it's done.
You have to table. You have to do it again.
They have to table it again. They have to table it again when the new session starts in.
So they might push it in a few months.
For this? Is it Leo?
Leo is one of them. Yeah, he's a key player there in the Senate. So
good dude.
I was thinking of bringing him on a podcast.
Yeah,
but I don't think he'd be willing to come from the village of Ottawa all the way here.
He's in Montreal, man. He
lives here.
He's a Montreal senator. He's in Montreal.
He's in Montreal?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know if he's in Montreal now,
I don't know where he is right now.
Give me, bro, let's go after this coordinates. Talk to him. Let's go. Let's bring him on the show. We're going to ask some questions. Not this show, Pantelis podcast.
You know him well?
Yeah, very well. I talk to him almost
because I don't want to call
basis.
in a favor
you
to the
son
bill.
of a bitch, and you didn't tell us.
Yeah, I don't know. You never asked.
It's a goddamn senator.
He did ask once.
did
I had
ask.
asked my dad.
You
my
think I don't
dad's
want a
like,
goddamn senator in here?
Really?
I want a senator. Yeah.
No, you
An
never
Ottawa
told me.
senator?
You never told me
Huh?
about that.
An Ottawa senator, you
An
want.
Ottawa senator, but one that wins.
Hey.
Ba-da-ba.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. I
I can't stand this fucking kid.
What is that?
He's a horrible producer. His skills go
He's
down by the
managed
day.
to figure out the technical aspects, but the creative aspects are way beyond
Zero,
him still.
yeah,
He's
it's
like,
way
I'm gonna
beyond
play a
It's
sound.
gonna come, man. Give the kid some credit, man. Come on, he's just discovering it. He's practicing.
been a year.
He's a monkey with a computer. That's what he is.
1,000 monkeys on 1,000 typewriters.
Yeah.
You need to have your pouch strapped on you.
How will people know he's wearing Guess?
It's plus 10 defense.
What?
It's a metrosexual term.
What the fuck?
No, you're gonna have to explain that to me, please.
He's saying he's wearing it like armor in a video game, so it adds defense plus.
What?
10.
What
Points,
kind
whatever.
of what's in there? A fucking lead plate?
It's part of his new game he's inventing: Dungeons, Dragons, and Homos.
You were gonna say that. That was a good one.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, let's move on, guys. Some positive, some nice news. There's a love story in the National Assembly.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Someone took the scepter to the ass.
Yeah, I was gonna say something like that probably.
No, Greg Kelly and Mara Risky will be getting married later this year in September.
Kind of risky.
This is the first in the history of the National Assembly.
Wait, who are these people?
I'll tell you. On the Hill, the relationship wasn't really a secret, but it was made public earlier this year in March when the Journal de Québec ran a story on work-life balance. So they decided to come out publicly and announce that they're in a relationship. They're two elected officials. Greg Kelly is the M&A for Jacques Cartier. It's a riding in the West Island, in the west part of Montreal.
Oh, yeah, I know that guy.
Mara Risky is the M&A for Saint Laurent. In the northern part, what is this? North.
It's
in the
Midtown.
It's in the north. Yeah.
I don't fucking know
Whatever.
anymore.
Montreal. Greg's a cool guy. He's actually been on the podcast twice, on my podcast twice. So just a small little piece of news there for you guys.
Wait, are they like in competing parties?
No, they're both in the Liberal Party.
Ah, then that's not that romantic.
Yeah.
There's been relationships actually
Secret one.
from both.
The Capulets and Montagues, classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember back when I was there was Nathalie Normando who was deputy prime minister. She was dating François Bonnardel, who's in the CAC. Or I can't remember if he was still
These are good names.
I don't know if he was still the ADQ at that time, but whatever. Let's say CAC. And
Let's say CAC again.
She caught him cheating with a journalist.
No, you can't trust journalists. I told you guys.
That's what you took away from that.
It's the journalist.
Always digging for the truth.
Yeah, so we're not gonna.
She was digging.
Dig around.
She was dicking.
And so that's it, guys. Just happy news. I thought I was gonna start with that, but you went straight to the GG.
Yeah.
I don't play games around here, George. This is a serious program.
So
See,
let's get
like
yeah.
Poseidon, for example. See now, what would have worked here is every time he would say GG, you blast like a Tribe Called Red. Like that would be interesting.
Okay, look, here's the thing about
Yeah. How about you?
I don't know what I'm doing.
sound effects and the music. It's like free shit, so it's hard to find some stuff sometimes for the right.
But that's what I'm saying, man. It takes time for this to like. You need to find these things, put them in the bank, know
By the way,
exactly
there's
where
a
they
new
are.
software that came out today for that. Eh?
For this,
Yeah.
very nice.
Yeah.
And there's over 10,000 sounds.
10,000 sounds.
10,000
You're
sounds.
speaking to a video editor. 90% of my workflow is choosing music. Like I get it. It's hard.
It's hard.
It's
No, it's not
easy.
hard. It's just finding the right thing.
Non, c'est hard.
That's what's hard about it.
Hard.
Ah, c'est very hard.
C'est dur, tu sais
C'est so hard.
Aïe, oh là.
Shit.
Shit.
Let's get on to something that I don't know if you guys heard or read about it.
Hold on. You guys said it's hard.
It's too late.
See,
You
see,
missed.
see.
You don't know how jokes work. You don't know what timing is.
No,
That's
I
why
know,
you
but
can't.
because I gotta search them out.
I know, but you shouldn't have used it there. You should have waited for the proper time. Timing is the thing, right?
Yes.
I think the difficult
Like right now, if you, I'll give you. You want me to explain timing to you quickly? You want me? I'll explain
Please,
timing. No,
please.
I'll explain
No, but I
timing. No,
understand
hold
it.
on.
Let him. Allow
I'll
this.
explain timing to you.
This
It's-
is amazing stuff. He's a
I'm a
working
professional.
comic. Yeah.
It is the same thing as you going right now to Manhattan, going to New York, going downtown to where the new World Trade Center is, and be like, guys, be careful. Arabs, I heard they want to fucking bring planes here and take this place down. It's too late. It's too late, bro. You missed the opportunity.
I just pictured him doing that and all of a sudden NSA, FBI, CIA take him. Like, what do you fucking know?
Which Arabs? Man.
I'm a time traveler from 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
My father used to work in the centers. He did. His dad used to wait tables in the World Trade Centers. Yeah. Yeah. Suspiciously, right around when they went down.
Yeah.
That's very strange.
Actually, the day he was supposed to go into work, something happened and he couldn't go into work.
Is it because he dropped?
Something.
he was
supposed to. Something happened. Yeah, there's something is called 9/11.
So wait, he was still working there when this happened, or?
Yeah, when this happened.
I bet you anything, if you were to dig deep
Something
into
happened
the story,
that day, and he couldn't go in.
he was living with his other family.
Something happened.
He was gonna go in the morning to work, but something had happened. Like I think he lived in.
Yeah, a plane hit one of the towers.
Before
No,
he was
he's saying-
supposed to go
yeah.
before.
You know how early the first plane hit? I'm telling you, your dad's lying.
8
This is
o'clock
just
in the
one of
morning.
those
How
stories
early?
he's made up.
8 o'clock in the
Was
morning.
that
8 in the
early?
morning. Why would he be waiting tables before 8 in the morning?
Breakfast,
Was he a breakfast server?
Breakfast?
maybe.
Was he?
I don't know.
I
think
feel
he
like
was.
he
He
was
just
living
said-
somewhere in Maine with his other family, and he just made up this cool story for you
Yeah.
as a kid. You know, I was supposed to be at the work in the morning.
I think Poseidon's trying to cover him because I like the idea of
No, but I
happened.
swear
him
to God-
telling Poseidon. So I remember I was supposed to go to work, World Trade Center. Something happened, smoke, explosion, Arab. I don't know,
No, but this is
and
what
I
he
don't
told
go
me.
work.
This is what he told me. This is legit. So it's possible he may be lying.
9/11
I call
happened.
him sick. I leave voicemail.
Now that I've realized.
This is like this
The
guy.
towers came down
Bro,
because
you
of all
wanna
the
laugh?
knowledge his father
I
dropped.
talked
I
about
just-
it on stage Saturday night. So I know a
9/11?
guy. You might
Oh.
know him. I'll ask you later if you know him. But anyways, he's close. Anyways,
Is he a masseuse?
he's a compulsive liar. But when I say compulsive liar, I mean
Compulsive.
absurd level of why did you think you would get away with it? Like type of
Like Poseidon times 10.
oh no. Poseidon looks like a school. No.
Oh my God. Don't let anyone see that.
It's not. I'll
Yo,
show
I
you
hate
right after.
that guy.
Anyways, so
I hate that guy.
years ago, I'd seen him at he was moving cars at the Jewish General. You in the front where they have the one car guy with the thing.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
You
know
know
who
what I'm
you're
talking about.
I don't know his name though.
Yeah, everybody knows what I'm talking about. So listen, so he goes, it's like, hey man, what, it's like it's this new job. Whatever. I'm like, hey man, what are you doing here? He's like, shh. It's top secret. And I'm like, what do you mean top secret? You're wearing a vest. I could clearly tell you're the valet guy. You're like working around with the cars and stuff.
This
like
sounds very much like the other guy that I
that.
wrote.
It's not him. But
Yeah.
but listen, he goes like this. You ever heard of 9/11? I was like, yeah. You ever heard of Osama bin Laden? Yeah. That's all I can say.
What?
I swear to God.
I mean, that's not really a lie. He
And
just
then
said
I was
random
like,
things.
What? He's like, it's for your safety. Don't worry. And then the guy's like, hey, brother, can you fucking move the car? Can you do this? He's like, yeah, I'm going. I go, this guy fucking insane. This guy fucking insane. Why would I fall for that?
Are you referring to the man who was injured on the job site?
No, not him.
Not him?
Not
Okay.
him. Not him.
I don't know who
I
you're
like that
talking
guy,
about.
but he's not a liar. That guy that you just
No,
he's
I
just a
didn't think
dummy.
he was a lie. Yeah,
Yeah.
he just seems like a simple Simon. Yeah.
Wow.
There's a lot of... I worry about our community. I really do. I feel like generations of inbreeding is catching up to a lot of us.
I don't think they inbred. I think a lot of
They
people that came
inbred
in
a
from
lot.
different parts of Greece when they met here.
No,
who
no,
inbred?
no. Before we got here.
No, I think like when I look at it, it's just a matter of education. It was just
Maybe.
dumb villagers that had babies and kept a lot of the village mentality and never let the kids grow.
For sure.
Because I remember my mom when I was young telling me things like I had friends that were really really hardcore into whether it be religion or whatever, and my mom would always stop me. She'd be like,
Slow down.
"Hey, slow down."
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Yeah, but this," and she goes,
Don't drink from
Yeah,
the
she's like,
chalice.
calm the fuck down. Don't be an idiot. Because I remember she told me something about religion. She goes, look, man, it's nice. She goes, but there's one problem with religion. And I'm like, what? She goes, it's when you force it on kids. And I go, what do you mean? She goes, you cloud their mind and you chain their hands. She goes, because you set all these weird limits.
Yeah.
And then the kid's scared to think, oh, I'm not supposed to question something. You're supposed to fucking question everything. And yeah, so she was, but she came young. She was like 17 when she came to Canada and all
Yeah,
that.
she was young.
So she was like,
And like,
but she was always rebellious.
your mom's
'cause-
cool though.
yeah, but she was always. I remember a story when she was
interesting
young
woman.
in the village in school, and they had to, you know, how they would have to walk far, and they would have to bring these stupid sticks sometimes so they could have the firewood. And it was like super village stuff. And one time she had snapped on the teacher because she was so sticks, branches and stuff, so they could because they had a fire in the school. They didn't have electricity and shit like that.
yeah, that's fair.
So she's super far, right? She's super wet and she's miserable. It's cold and wet, and she's then they start asking her stuff about
True,
like
your mom's from the north.
yeah, Abraham and shit like that. And she lost her shit. She's like, what do I care about Abraham or any of these fucking Jews that you're talking about? I care that I'm hungry and I'm fucking wet. Are you people insane? Yeah.
I mean,
She made a good point.
she made a great point. Yeah.
And she's like, what do I care? These are just stories in the book. What the fuck do I care? She goes, I'm soaked. I'm wet. I care that I'm hungry and that I'm wet. Smart little girl.
And that's when they beat her up. Shut up, little girl.
Yeah, they got mad at her.
It's
always a rebel.
Have you spoken to your kids about God?
No.
No, huh? You're avoiding it like the plague.
No, I don't know how to approach the topic.
I'll give you
Has anyone passed
I'll
in
give
the
an autograph
family?
photo of myself.
Yeah, well, no, yeah, we have had losses in the family. Yeah, and I
tell
tell
the
her,
kids?
see, that's the thing. I say, I say that, they passed away and they're in a better place. I tell them they went up to the sky.
Very ancient aliens. I like that. They're with the sky people now.
Very ancient aliens.
It's funny that you're
sleeping on the clouds.
It's funny that you mentioned it because yesterday I went to the dentist with my daughter, and right across the dentist's office, there's a cemetery in the South Shore. And she's like, Baba, what is that? What's going on over there? I'm like, that's a cemetery. She's like, what is that? I'm like, well, that's where we put people, when they die and they go up in the sky and stuff, and we can come back and visit them and
Like a spaceship.
And she's like, oh, okay. Like I think she's starting to understand.
How old is she now? 7?
She's gonna be 7 in November.
Oh yeah, she's still small.
Yeah. I mean, mine knows what a cemetery is, but her definition is that's where ghosts live. I was like, well,
Look,
okay.
she's not that
She's
wrong.
not wrong. I
I've
was like,
watched
all right.
many documentaire.
Yeah. Because she watches Vampirina, right? So they live in the cemetery or something.
Yeah, I don't say this enough, but I should. Our fans are fucking incredible. Yesterday, and I'm fucking pissed I didn't notice on stage. Mike noticed and he told me after, and Preach noticed and I didn't notice. In the front row, we had one of our, well, I guess there was fans all over the place, but in front row, we had a guy with 2 drink minimum shirt. Mark even messaged me after, and I didn't fucking know. I would have addressed it during the set. But it's fucking awesome because we all laughed about it backstage after. Like, because Mike's like, I thought it was a heavy metal shirt. Then I realized it was 2 drink minimum. And I should have addressed it in the beginning, but I didn't. So thank you guys for always coming out to these fucking shows and supporting, live fucking comedy.
I
And
wasn't understanding what you were saying.
yeah, it's fucking awesome to see people come out. And normally I address it when I see 2 drink minimum shirts or Pantelis podcast, all that. I address it, but for the life of me, I couldn't fucking notice it in the front fucking row. And Preach noticed it, and Mike noticed it, and it completely went over my head.
It happens often that you see people with your.
It happens all the time, but it's just that sometimes I'll notice it because if you're in the middle, I'll notice it better just because how I walk on stage and the lights.
To see the,
But in the front, Mike walks around, he looks at people a lot. Preach, same thing. Because I don't do that as much, I can't see you.
Really see them,
I can't see faces normally. Depends on the club. The Nest, if you're in the front, I'll see you. But yeah, there's some. So I felt bad that I didn't notice it, but I felt good. I was like, fuck, man, everybody, the pandemic's over and they're all coming out and shit. Like, so it's fucking awesome. Just tell you guys, I love you guys. It's great that you guys come out.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
what are you talking about? I forgot. God?
Oh yeah, it's God.
God, death, and everything in between.
yeah, I don't know how to. I don't know how to approach. I don't know how to approach that topic with the kids, man. And I mean, I don't even know where I stand on that. I'm not. I don't consider myself a very religious person. I think my daughter has walked into a church maybe 5 times. Maybe.
I mean, we had my
baptisms,
For
weddings, that sort of
exorcisms,
thing.
no exorcisms though. She's
No.
never walked in for an. Okay, that's interesting.
I mean, I guess it is interesting.
So you want to raise her unprepared? Okay, I see.
I see. Irresponsible, but understandable.
yeah.
No, the only conversation I've ever had was because we live with my grandparents now. We're in the same building, so she sees them and she's like, "They're really old." I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "They're not like they look tired all the time." I'm like, "Look,
I make them run on treadmills.
It
Why?"
kind of slipped out. I was like, "We don't live forever." She's like, "Interesting," and then she walked away like thinking. I was like, "Should I have told her that?"
Yeah, you shouldn't have said that line. That's a weird line.
It's
to
a
throw
weird
at the
line.
end.
I'm like, "We don't live forever. We're here for a while, and then we're not." But I didn't tell her what happens to us. And she was like, "Okay." And she
That's
walked
like
off.
this asshole years ago in 2007. 2006 maybe. It was 2006 maybe. Went to Lerone. There was a whole crew of different people, some friends, some acquaintances, all that shit. We're all there together. And Veron was with me on this. We got on a ride, and there was this fucking guy who I didn't know was the first time I met. He was trying to pick up this girl that was there. And my, I think it's the vampire. My thing didn't lock in properly. It was very loose.
That's the one with your legs are hanging, right?
Yeah. So I was like, what the fuck?
thank you.
And Vera, so it was, I think it's 3 people. It was me, Vera, and that guy. It was fucking weird. So then I'm like, oh, what the fuck? The guy's walking. I was like, guys, like mine was fucking loose. I go, this is bullshit. I go, guy, my thing's fucking loose. And then the guy didn't care. He just starting the ride. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? So I was holding the thing and I was fucking scared. And the guy on the other side, he was being a dick. What does he say? If it's your time to go, it's your time to go. No. Bro, as the thing is going. And Veron's like, what the fuck, man? And Veron, the whole ride, Veron has his arm like this and he's pushing down as much as he can. And I'm doing this the entire ride. I'm pulling out like, son of a bitch. Like, I was fucking scared, bro. I was pulling it in.
don't
It was
understand.
loose. It was super loose.
I don't understand why people like roller coasters. I really
But you
don't.
couldn't push it in so it can click?
It was never clicking. I didn't take a chance to see how far out it would go. I didn't take a chance to see how far it would go. All I was doing, because I had so much space, I was holding it in. It was flying around. I was like this, and Viren was pushing as much as he could, and I had my eyes closed, and every ounce of me was just pulling in.
Next thing you know, it's normal, and the guy just fucking scared the shit out of you.
No, it wasn't normal because Viren's next to me. They were all click, click,
these
click.
things happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I got injured on the boomerang when I was a kid.
I don't think it would have come off. What I think is it was 1 or 2 clicks short. So I think maybe this. But dude, even that is fucking scary, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it scared the
and
shit out
also
of me.
dangerous.
Super dangerous. That's why the whole ride I was pulling in and I was holding the things as much as I could. Yeah. It was very, very, And then I got off. I was like, motherfucker, I told you it was loose. And the guy's like, did you die? Like, the guy that works there. Like, what are you complaining about? And I was holding it the whole fucking time. Yeah.
I would have been panicking, bro. I don't blame you.
I was panicking. I was holding the whole time. Viren was next to me doing this.
Yeah, that's what's gonna save you, man. One arm, Viren.
Yeah.
I got you, bro. I got you.
At least he had my back, bro.
Holding him, he's like, no.
At least he had my back. At least he had my back.
Hans Gruber just.
We heard it the first time, Poseidon.
Oh, is he still doing it? That's why I took off my earphones. What is he doing now?
Kid's an idiot.
Anyway, let's talk about the World Cup. The Montreal.
I'll be back. You guys talk soccer.
We had spoken about Montreal being in the race there to host a couple of games.
Phil, can I have a bubbly water?
To host games for the 2026 World Cup along with Toronto and Edmonton. So at the beginning of the year, we also spoke about the Quebec government pulling out of the deal because of what it considered excessive costs. I mean, they increased since 2008 from $50 million to $103 million. And we also spoke about the potential conflict with other summer festivities that FIFA didn't want to be happening simultaneously. So apparently they had some conditions for the city of Montreal, which didn't really sit well with the government and the city of Montreal. So the city of Montreal made it official yesterday in a statement. The city announced that following the withdrawal of the financial support from the Quebec government, it was unable to continue the process of becoming a host city. So Montreal is out. We won't be getting any games during the World Cup here in Montreal.
So it is going to happen in North America?
It will be happening. From what I'm reading, it's scheduled. The World Cup is going to have games played in Canada, U.S., and in Mexico.
That's amazing.
But nothing in Montreal.
That's terrible. I heard the Montreal Impact were furious.
Why were they furious?
Because it's good for soccer here.
Of course, it's good for but it's good for anyone. I mean, not only them. It's a huge event. Now, look, we don't know the specifics because I remember back when this story broke and we spoke about it. I had read that FIFA was adamant about not having any other festivities, and that kind of sucks. Look, I gotta
during June.
When is the World Cup?
June, and it ends in July.
Yeah. So what festivals happen in June, July?
Well, no, all of July, that's all our festivals. But June, it's not as many big downtown. They start in July.
Well, maybe there's festivals we don't know about. I don't know. There's the Francophonie or whatever. Isn't there something happening?
Yeah, but what's FIFA going to do about that, bro? Go fuck yourself. Try and stop us.
No, I know, but when they put conditions like, look, no other festivities are allowed, and you're signing.
We don't consider it a festivity. We could, guys. This is Quebec. We could fucking. It's signed. What are you gonna do? Tell the teams not to come here? Yeah, it's too late, FIFA.
Yeah, I just think it's a huge loss. I think I mean, when you think of Canada, major cities, I mean, Montreal has to be part of it. How could you not host any games? It just doesn't make sense to me.
I'm with you.
It costs too much money, George.
Yeah, of course it costs.
It does cost too much money, though.
But that was one explanation. But the other one as well was that Quebec didn't want to lose clientele from the other festivities, if they were to abide by the conditions of FIFA.
Fuck FIFA, dude.
I mean, I'm all for the whole fuck FIFA bandwagon and the things they impose. But did we learn nothing from the Olympics? We're still paying for them.
Yeah.
Are we we're gonna fucking
And where would they play? At the Olympic Stadium?
I mean, if they want to live dangerously, sure.
Yeah, I guess.
Saputo has a big stadium.
I don't think.
What does it fit, Saputo? 15 people.
By the way,
I don't know.
We got a super chat from Eric Thomas.
What is he saying?
Saying a shout out to my baby sister Maurice, who is 46 years young today.
Oh, cheers, shout out to Maurice!
Thanks.
Happy birthday! You know who else has a birthday today? My dog. Woo. Happy birthday, little Shiva, 11 years old. I am gonna get her a little cake. It is her birthday today.
Oh, you're gonna get her like a pupperino cake. What do they call those puppy cakes?
Cakes.
Puppy cakes.
No, the specially made for dogs.
Yeah, they're cakes.
Dog cakes?
Just cakes.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get her some cake. Get her some cake and perhaps a gift. I'm gonna see if there's anything nice at the big pet store. Surprise her with some gifts. Yeah.
I wonder if they know that it's their birthday. Like who they're celebrating.
No, they're dogs. They don't know that they're dogs.
She's the best though. This morning she was going crazy dancing in the bed. I was like, "It's your birthday." She's like, I was like, "You're just happy because I'm talking to you."
They're so adorable,
the
bro.
best dog ever.
Dog people.
They said she wasn't gonna last a year. Well, guess what, bitches? It's 4 years later.
How old is she?
11.
That's like what, 50 in people years? She old now?
70.
She's in her 70s, I think.
She's still shiaing in the morning, dancing and shit. Good for her.
She's happy.
She's a
But
spry old
but
lady.
small dogs like that last usually longer than the bigger ones, no?
Yeah, but not if they've been beaten for 7 years and they have heart conditions. Like she had a very, very bad first 7 years of her life. But now it's like a different dog though, so hopefully it all helps. She's healthy. She's losing some weight now too. I reduced because I was feeding her too much. She's a little fatty. She's losing weight quick.
I really don't understand this the love people have for dogs. Like
I don't know about other people,
I'm
but
not against it.
but my
don't
love
get
with
it.
my dog is unmatched. Unmatched, and I admit it, unmatched. It is like whatever decisions George would make for his daughters, I would make that for the dog. Like there's no like sacrifice the dog for this. Never. It's like top priority. It's like a kid.
Of course, absolutely. No, I mean, I've had family members that have had dogs and automatically become members of the family. Like, there's no questions about it.
They're too low.
It becomes a child.
Unless,
It's a
unless
kid.
you're a piece of shit. You know the things about dogs, why they're different from cats and all that? The loyalty and the unconditional love that the dog has. For you not to reciprocate by taking care of it, you're an asshole. Because the dog would literally, you could tell, it would give its life. If it had the choice,
No.
it wouldn't even think a split second. It's like, he dies or you die. The dog right away is on the floor. All right, kill me. And happy about it. There's something else, dogs. So you can't not be loyal. If you're not loyal to, that's why people who are shitty to dogs, especially their own dogs that are good to them, you can't trust these people. If you're not going to be loyal or kind to the one being on the planet that unconditionally will have your back, then how can I trust you? Yeah. Look.
I saw a video the other day. A man was pretending to drown in the pool, and the dog jumped in to save him, going crazy.
no,
Yeah, dogs are awesome.
Instant.
No.
My girls want a dog.
You should get them a dog, bro. It'll teach them a lot.
Oh, man. You know, look, I like pets, especially dogs, much more than cats. I can't stand
I
cats.
can't stand cats. I had a cat living in my house for 3 days now. I was going to kill it.
No, I can't stand them. But I also don't want the responsibility of taking care of a dog. I just can't, because I know it's gonna fall on my lap. Like I mean, my wife's not gonna walk the dog. My wife's not gonna she won't. And obviously the kids are too young to take care of it on their own. So I don't know if I want to.
There's no bond greater than the father and the dog that he didn't want.
Yeah. But honestly, I thought the same thing as you in the beginning. But all that shit, bro, you're happy to do it. It doesn't feel like a chore. It's an excuse for you to go out and shit. It's fun.
Yeah.
You have your partner.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Plus, your dog's gonna become your best friend.
It's because it's been going on for a good 2 years now.
That they've been asking.
Yeah.
Bro, go rescue a dog, bro.
And I've been buying goldfish, hoping that they forget.
What a
about
shitty
it.
pet.
Oh, bro, fucking goldfish. I remember one time we wanted a pet, so our mother got us a goldfish, and my brother accidentally killed it.
How do you accidentally kill a goldfish?
Because the thing is, I guess it wasn't moving, and it was, I guess, sleeping, the goldfish.
So he stabbed it.
No, so he took it out of the bowl, and he put it in the sink, and he let the water run over it to bring it back to life. But it was already in the water.
Oh, the kid's a dummy.
So he killed it like that because it's pressurized the water, bro, from the fucking thing. So the thing was like freaking out and shit, and it just died.
What a stupid kid.
But he was also like 3-4 years old.
You're making excuses for him. He was not 3-4. This is a 17-year-old kid, bro. We all know the story.
no, we were still in the basement.
I
It might have been even younger.
I actually killed a goldfish a couple weeks ago.
On purpose?
No, it wasn't on purpose. I felt bad. Like my daughter, like it was the end of her year, whatever, at daycare, and they gave them a goldfish. So they brought it. So obviously, who's gonna take care of it?
You.
Yeah. So I was changing the water, and
you had sex with it and it died?
as I was taking the fish out to put it in another little cup so I can wash the bowl, it fell in the sink and went right through.
Oh, no.
So it's not dead. It's not
Right
dead. It is
through.
alive.
Into the carburetor.
Yeah. No. Yeah, if it made it through all the shit in the sewer, yeah, it's probably
it's dead.
somewhere
It's
in the
dead.
river.
No, it's dead.
I don't know.
There's no way it made it.
Oh, that's fucked up. You just let it go right through.
I'm
My
like, oh
daughter's been
shit.
asking
So I
for
opened the
goldfish.
water right away. I'm like, let me just throw
me
a
help
bunch of water.
lubricate.
Let me
Hopefully
help
it'll it get down to the drain or whatever, you know? I don't know.
Poor thing.
No, my daughter wants a goldfish, so I bought her from.
Your daughter wants a goldfish?
Yeah.
So get goldfish, man. You're much better than... We're talking about how my kids want a dog.
Oh, no. My daughter is... Like, she likes dogs as long as they're not too close to her, which is fine. But she wants a fish. So I go, look, I'm going to buy you a robot fish from Toys R Us. If you don't kill the robot fish, you can have a real fish. But I tried to make her take care of it.
Just get a goldfish.
She broke it. She broke it in like 2 days. It was like ruined.
Because she knows it's a toy. If you get her an actual...
No, she thought it was an automaton fish. Like,
get her a real animal, man. Get her.
We will.
Get her,
we just didn't do it because of the move. Like
Maybe a snake.
A snake, eh? I mean,
like a boa.
A boa. Eh? I mean, there's lots of spiders in the house. She can play with those.
I once dated a girl that had a snake.
Ew.
I don't understand that.
I was very angry with her.
What do you get out of that?
I said this is not gonna work because you have a snake.
Yeah, who's a...
Like, you have to feed it live animals.
Yeah, because she said I was weird. She goes, "You're weird because you're scared of snakes." I go, "Are you fucking joking?" I go, "You're weird because you have a snake in your fucking house. This is something you should have told me 3 weeks ago." This ends now.
You want a snake in your bedroom? No pants snake for you.
No, I was adamant about it. I go, "This is not gonna work. This is fucking
there's
stupid."
something wrong.
I don't blame you, bro.
Because you're a weirdo. That's what I told her. I go, "You're a fucking weirdo." I don't know. You start with snakes. I don't know where we're gonna fucking end. Fuck that shit.
Dragons.
You have a snake in your house. You fucking idiot.
I don't blame you at all, bro.
People who have pet rats confuse me. Mouse, okay.
Hamsters, I can understand.
Hamster, I mean, they're boring.
I had a hamster when I was a baby. When I was young.
Yeah, I had a lot of turtles. I went through a bunch of turtles.
I had some turtles.
Yeah.
Bunnies are adorable.
But they're so dumb.
Bunnies
though.
shit everywhere, though. That's
They
the problem.
shit everywhere and they kill themselves. They kick their legs too hard and they break their backs when they get scared.
No way.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
No.
Yeah.
What?
We had a bunny.
I think they lied to you. I think your parents killed your bunny.
No. I never had a
What
bunny.
happened? He killed himself?
Remember that chicken you ate?
No, I love rabbit. It's delicious.
What happened to the bunny? Your dad's like, he killed himself. He jumped too hard.
My grandparents did that to my mom, where they killed her rabbit, and ate it. But no, I didn't have a rabbit. I had turtles, and I also had those funny fish that you put in the aquarium when you have turtles. They clean the water.
I don't know.
They like suck on the glass.
Okay.
I remember.
Anyways, my turtles ate it.
Gay fish.
They're like gay fish. Yeah, they're just like that. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You proud of that joke?
Yeah, very.
Good. Okay. Cool.
He was proud of that joke for an entire month.
You need to get like an applause button
I think
queued
I have
up.
one. Hold on.
Anytime you make a shit joke, I want applause.
Don't encourage him.
Because you're gonna get it wrong all the time. It's ridiculous. Yeah, there you
that's
go.
a bad applause.
He's bowing to the no camera on him. It's amazing. He doesn't learn. He's
I'm
like,
bowing to you.
Kids learn. They make mistakes and they learn. Poseidon just does the same things over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not mistakes. Who said they were mistakes?
Your mother.
Yeah. Thank you for taking that straight from me. George, what else you got on that list of lists?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, guys.
Oh, is there?
Oh shit! All right, let's go. Real news.
There was an agreement that was signed yesterday with Cowessess First Nation. For those who are wondering what that is, if you remember, they were in the news.
Are they indigents?
Yeah, that's in Saskatchewan where they found over 750 unmarked graves. That's that community. So there's an agreement signed between them, the government of Canada, and the province of Saskatchewan, officially putting in place an act that was developed and presented in January of last year, called the Act Respecting First Nations, Inuit, and Métis Children, Youth, and Families. That's a pretty long name for an act. In any case, this is an act that provides a pathway for Indigenous communities to exercise jurisdiction over child and family services, and it establishes a national minimum standards to ensure the best interest of Indigenous children, cultural continuity, and equality. So this is an agreement that has been called a historic first step in Canada's journey to reconciliation. As part of this agreement, Canada, the government, will invest close to $40 million over the next 2 years to support the First Nations in implementing various child and family service systems.
Okay.
Which is a good thing. I think it's about time. I don't know why they didn't have these before, but anyway, just a quick reminder with some figures. Last year in November, Justin Trudeau had announced over $540 million in funding to advance First Nations, Inuit, and Métis engagements to develop the implementation of this act and to support these communities in groups and different other groups in building the capacity to establish their own child and family service systems. This funding supports a $3 billion already that are invested to improve the government's funding in support of First Nations child and family services. And the government also invested an additional $1 billion over the next 5 years with over $100 million ongoing to increase funding to support First Nations child and family services. I think it's a good thing. But again, like Pantelis was saying, it comes at a time where was this planned, or are you implementing it now because of everything that happened? Obviously, we know that the act came
the latter.
C'est vraiment suspicious, là.
Well, look.
Je ne suis pas d'accord avec ça.
Je suis pas d'accord avec ça.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, you know that last year in January, they worked together to bring forth this act. So you know that something was already being prepared. We have spoken about in last episodes about the Truth and Reconciliation Committee that drafted a report. So I'm guessing that there's this and probably other programs similar to this that have been in the works. It just, the question mark that I have is, since this has been ready since January of last year, what if these events hadn't happened this year? Would you have been announcing additional funds, or have you taken advantage of the fact that, oh, well, look, this is happening. Let's open the drawer. What do we have?
I believe you
here?
have the answer to that. I believe you know the truth.
We all know the truth,
Yeah. Anyways, there you go.
What's the truth, though? Trudeau?
Pustis Trudeau.
Pustis Trudeau.
It's just
I said Pustis Trudeau.
Pustis Trudeau, I don't know. I mean,
that's how he's known in the Greek community. Pustis Trudeau.
Yeah.
It's just funny. I mean, how we're gonna go back to that whole fact that it smells like an election campaign because all these different announcements are raining in. Yesterday, at the same time, yesterday there was so many announcements. One, there was the Governor General, then this agreement with the KSS community, and at the
It'll
same
be funny
time,
if he doesn't win.
That
would be a fucking.
I've been following the polls all the way until last year and early this year. It was like he was in a minority government kind of situation. Now he is in the territory of a majority government.
No way.
Yeah.
Emperor Trudeau.
So
people are dumb.
Yeah. People are dumb.
People fall for it.
Guys, look, I mean, this is what it is
stuff.
now, right? I mean, things can change. Let's just wait until.
Well, I don't think they're gonna change because the other parties are all shit.
Anything can change, guys.
They have no leadership.
They have no leadership.
Yeah, they don't have any leadership.
And Jagmeet.
Jagmeet's the worst.
He's the only one who could be considered a leader.
He's such a, but
he's
he's a
such a
fake.
fuck-
He's such a.
how
How
is
is he a
he
leader?
considered a leader?
Yeah, he's a phony. I'm on
Because he's
TikTok,
popular
guys. We're doing
amongst
some
the fan
dances.
Well, Justin Trudeau's popular too in that
But we're
same
talking about
definition.
the other parties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't say he'd be a good prime
No,
minister.
the only guy that has really done spectacular work is Yves-François Blanchet in the Bloc Québécois. The guy brought the party from nothing to over 30 MPs, and I have a feeling that next campaign he's gonna probably win the majority seats in Quebec. I'm convinced.
But he's still
Good for
not
him.
going to run Canada. You know what I mean?
no,
Like,
I
if the Bloc
understand,
Québécois-
but I mean, look
that
where they
would be a
were,
weird
and look.
turn of events.
I mean, for what?
if the Bloc Québécois got a majority government, can you imagine?
That's mathematically impossible, but
know,
they
I know.
could make official opposition.
They could, yes.
Gilles Duceppe did it.
The lizard man, yeah.
Back in the day when there were two conservative parties.
Have you ever seen what it looks like?
Actually, no, it was, what, had they merged yet? Or I think it was actually after the conservative parties had merged.
progressive
With Jean Chrétien, his official opposition wasn't the conservatives. It was Gilles Duceppe. The guy was
that's
winning.
interesting.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
the guy
Canada
was winning
versus-
like 60 seats in Quebec. It's
pretty crazy.
Yeah, or not 60.
I
or
love
whatever.
how the rest of Canada just hates Quebec when it comes to elections. They're like the fact that we have our own fucking party that's just for Quebec, it irritates the hell out of them. And I think it's hilarious.
Does it?
I've always read like really nasty comments by even journalists.
It's
journalists are
it's a little contradicting when you have a party whose main purpose is to
separate from the
advocate
Confederation,
the
yeah.
separation of Quebec and
Kinda
is
funny.
getting
It's a
paid.
little funny.
They're getting paid and
by the federal government.
from taxpayers across Canada, and who, if they stay long enough, I'm not sure exactly what
They get a pension. It's 2 terms, no?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is in federal.
It's a little funny.
But
think it's
isn't it funny?
Yeah.
I don't know if funny is the right word, but it's definitely something. It's definitely something.
Anyway, speaking of announcements that have been raining in yesterday, and this we spoke about this a couple weeks ago, the federal government is moving forward with the high frequency via rail train.
Oh, yeah, I read about
that is
this.
going to connect Quebec City and Toronto.
Oh shit! Quebec City and Toronto. What about Quebec City and Montreal?
It's going to go through Montreal, so it's going to be Quebec, Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto, and somewhere in between there's going to be other,
And what's the time frame?
by the end of the decade. So 9 years. No, it's not so much. 9 years to build a rail going from Quebec to Toronto. I mean, it's
It's not that much. I think it's a lot.
You think 9 years?
I think it's a lot.
I mean, you have to.
I've seen the Chinese build the fucking hospitals in 3 days. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're in Canada. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you're right. Anyway, so basically, the transport minister announced that they're launching the procurement process for building this brand new dedicated line for a high frequency rail. It will connect, like we said, Quebec, Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto. So again, this is a high frequency rail, not a high speed rail. But it will still increase the speed up to 200 kilometers an hour, which is, obviously a lot more.
I do that with my car.
I don't think you do that with your car.
Poseidon? Do I not do that with my car?
I do that with my car too.
Yeah, bro, I do that with my car.
What
Are
is
you
the
crazy?
frequency, George?
If I outrun the train, are you fucked? That's a low speed train.
High frequency meaning that there's going to be more frequent
But it'll still
departures
take
and
you a long
stops.
time.
Something that can be done now because the Via Rail uses the same rail as the freight trains, so there's less.
So they're basically making a new train.
It's going to be a
rail
brand
line.
new rail.
Why can't we get the high speed trains?
That's
Like
what a lot
in
of people
Spain,
are talking
man, they go
about.
like 500 kilometers an hour. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I can't go that fast.
You could try.
No, my car.
I believe you could.
My car can't go.
I
that
can
Look,
run that
the project.
You could if you got your family.
This is what I find. This is what I find incredible because the project is projected to cost anywhere between $6 and $12 billion.
Nice, cheap.
Like I said, it should be done by the end of the decade.
Quick.
And if you think, you think about $12 billion. We spoke about on the show a couple, I think last month or 2 months ago, that Quebec has a project to do that underground tunnel linking Lévis and Quebec that's going to cost $10 billion. When you put those two in perspective, you're paying $10 billion for a tunnel and $12 billion gets you like a railway that goes from
a
Quebec
rail
to...
seems a
Both
lot
of them are
simpler.
overpriced because this shitty ass railway, bro. They're all over Europe. World War II, they had these kind of railways. That's how they were fucking.
Where's
moving
the
back and forth.
maglev
This is some
technology?
bullshit. We gotta act out, people. We gotta say something.
But why does Quebec need a high frequency train line to Toronto? Like I don't. What
If it was high speed, it would make sense. You could live in Toronto, work in Montreal, vice
that's
versa.
fine,
That would
yeah,
be so
but
cool.
But why do we need a high frequency?
That's the big debate. So look, and I'll tell you the
It
times
doesn't seem like much of a debate. It seems like a stupid fucking idea.
Well,
Thank you, Phil. Welcome aboard.
He got it, man.
It was loud. It was loud.
There you
but it
go.
worked.
Look, many experts have said that this is
They've
a
been
great
preparing. He's so
option.
proud.
The experts,
face.
He's glowing.
there's a lot of
Hey,
experts.
your girlfri's coming tonight.
Yeah.
Not
So
if she's having
tomorrow you
sex
don't want me to
with
do a
you, she's
podcast?
Oh no.
Can I book one? We'll
Yeah,
talk
but-
after.
Yeah, we'll talk after.
So look, just to answer your question, a lot of experts have come out and said, look, this is a great option that combines cost efficiency and the speed offered by this product. But then the flip side, you have other people that would have preferred a high speed rail.
So everyone.
Even though the
High-speed
cost,
rail.
even though the cost associated to that would be
that's
much
why they
higher.
Can't say it. Speed rail.
High
I speed.
rail.
Yeah, what do you mean you speed? No, I'm saying I speed. Yeah, what do you mean?
Look, in terms of the times, from what I read, Montreal to Quebec, you're shaving about 30 minutes.
That's,
That's
bullshit.
it?
That's,
Which
it's not worth $12 billion. Are we all fucking crazy?
We're shaving about 90 minutes between Quebec to Toronto in total, which
Whatever.
You know,
Who
an hour?
cares?
Why can't we put these super fucking? Is there an answer?
And,
the Japanese are doing it. Why
yeah.
can't we have these
I
super
want the
fast
fucking
trains?
rent
I don't
fee,
know,
like in
man.
Spain,
and
man.
we're shaving over an hour between between Ottawa and Toronto. It's not a big deal. Like,
really
Ottawa,
not.
Toronto takes about 4.5 hours. You're making it in 3.
You know why they're doing it at? They're creating it so they can put like really like fancy compartments. Like those luxury suites on
Oh,
trains.
you think? Yeah.
So that all the people who work in Parliament, either of the two parliaments, they can have affairs. It's like the Orient Express. They can do stuff and murders and fucking people can solve crimes. It's gonna be great. And because it's not high speed, you have more time to do that, right?
I mean, when
Can we just agree that it's a stupid fucking idea?
I think it's a good idea to have something like this in place. I think, given the
slow
fact,
train.
no, to have something available that connects these cities.
There is already. It's called Via Rail, and it sucks.
Yeah, no, but
Now they're gonna have something that's not called Via Rail and still sucks.
It's 4 hours and 41 minutes, the regular train. The high-speed train, I think we'll cut that down to like 45 minutes if we had a high-speed train.
High speed train, you could do Montreal, Toronto in an hour.
But the thing is this, what I'm questioning is, we have a government that is spending billions of dollars in nonsense, right? They're just throwing fucking money. Why not throw the money in something that is actually going to be productive? Like some of the people, they're not going to judge you for it, right? Like $1 billion
You're always going to
to
get judged no matter what you do.
no, $1 billion to the We Charity is something that people were like, "What the fuck was that?" We already have a government program that takes care of jobs, whatever.
Well, we
you know
know
what I
that
mean?
was corruption, George.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're willing to throw money in these kind of causes, and you're not willing to say, "Look, guys, it's going to be whatever, $50 billion, whatever." I don't know what the cost is for a high-speed rail, but people are actually going to understand. Yeah, wow, this is cool. Montreal, Toronto, half an hour, 45 minutes, whatever it is.
It would be 45 minutes because a high-speed rail goes at 575 kilometers, and Montreal to Toronto is 504 kilometers.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So you'd get there in under an hour, bro.
It's amazing.
It's
Dude,
phenomenal.
it would change.
You could go to Toronto, hang out, and
everything.
come back.
Exactly, it would change.
Matt, have
everything.
you ever taken a high-speed train in Europe?
No.
So when we were in Spain, we only traveled by rail.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And Spain is massive.
Do you feel it in the train or not?
I mean,
so
at
much?
the beginning, you're like, ooh, for like a few seconds, but then it's fine. Like, you feel the acceleration at the beginning.
Yeah.
But it's not, you don't start off at 525. Like,
Yeah.
And the cool thing is, there's a speedometer inside the train.
That's
like,
amazing.
you always know how fast you're going. And anytime you get near stuff, you try to look outside, you're like,
You
okay,
can't.
you can't. You got to look inside. And I mean, like, it's a sophisticated experience. It's not like fucking Greece where I had to take the fucking Greyhound buses everywhere. fucking
So hold on,
disgusting.
if you sit in a high speed like a high speed rail, Montreal to Toronto, if they actually built those, bro, you'd sit down, have a meal in the train, let's say, bing bang boom. By the time you're done, you're in fucking Toronto.
Yeah, like in Europe. Anywhere you travel in
phenomenal.
Europe, you can go by train.
That's
It's a
phenomenal,
it's a
bro.
nice experience.
Guys,
Look,
it's a game
riding
changer.
they're
It's a
idiots.
game
They're
changer.
Train
idiots for not
travel
doing
is
this.
so much more enjoyable
Like
than air travel.
any way you think of it, business wise, like cultural. Like imagine going to festivals in Toronto, or imagine like Pantelis. He can start booking shows in Toronto on the
bro.
weekend. You know what I mean, or during even the week.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, look, technically, you could fly to Toronto.
but I know why they're not
Yeah,
gonna do it.
but
I know why
it's
they're
gonna
not gonna
take you
do
more
it.
than 45 minutes to get to the airport. Wait, take the flight.
Yeah, but if they could fucking standardize fucking air travel within Canada and get rid of all the extra taxation that's in there, you could do, drive to the airport.
And I'm sure it
20
would cost.
minutes, like
I'm
a
sure it would
train.
cost much more. Like, what's a ticket now to fly to Toronto?
That's what I was about to search up.
$200-$300.
And look
$200
at
bucks.
Look at Billy Bishop Airport, like the inside of Toronto. So you're arriving downtown like the train would. The other thing is high-speed trains. I don't know if we're set up to have a high-speed rail hub within an urban center, because like they're really fucking fast. They require a whole different infrastructure,
Right.
like magnets and shit. That was my stomach.
No,
So hungry.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, when you look at Montreal, you're like, where the hell would you build it?
I mean, look, right now half the city is torn apart because of the light rail system.
Yeah.
Like literally, you can't cross Jean Talon without getting stuck in traffic anywhere.
Which, by the way,
What is that?
like initially I supported the idea because I remember our government announcing it. It was fucking amazing, going from the South Shore to Laval in like 15 minutes or 20 minutes. It's amazing. It's a green project. It's really cool. But the way that it was presented, I thought it was going to be kind of like the metro system, where it was going to be powered, like the metro. But it's not. It's like you're going to have wires. It's like this.
Oh, that old school tram shit.
Yeah.
That's why it's light rail, because it's not actually a train in the traditional sense.
Yeah, but it's ugly. You're going to have
It's
wires
ugly.
everywhere,
It's ugly as
man.
sin. Have you seen the fucking overpasses they're building for it in the West Island?
Yeah.
Over the highway, they're massive.
They're massive. Yeah.
Like, they're ugly as fuck.
So-
I don't know. Train travel is a superior form of travel. Like to a car, for example, because it's more efficient. You can move more people. But at the same time, coming out of a pandemic, like, I'm not inclined to use public transit right now. Like, even the idea of my wife going back to work in the office because she's at work, but having to take the metro.
Yeah, but look, it was thought about way before this pandemic. Nobody knew that this was going to happen. I mean,
I know,
this was done in when was it? End of 2017, early 2018, something like that.
But like, it's hard to sell me on public transit as a beautiful concept when you see like videos from Japan where they're literally forcing people into trains like sardines.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but we're not there. We don't have that
we
kind
don't
of
have
population
that
either.
kind of population. Well, I mean, we killed half of them when we first got here, so that was taken care of. We started less.
Like if I were working, like if I had a normal job and I was working in the city or whatever, I would.
You mean a job?
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to. Like, I would be so excited about this. Like, I'd be like, "Come on,
Really?
get this." Yeah, I'd totally take it. Rather than driving, look what I just told you, man. It took me 45 minutes to drive.
Yeah, because you're living the American dream right now. You're living in a commuter city near a major hub, and you come into the city, you would be taking a train, like in the States.
Yeah.
No, this is how I know our government is retarded. They say they want to be fucking green and everything. Had they built a high-speed rail, I guarantee you, bro, the amount of cars on the road would decrease substantially.
Montreal's
I think so.
public transit within the city, not to get in and out of the city, but within the city is bad. It's not great because there are like massive parts of the island that don't have access to the metro.
I understand, but considering, I mean, look, you look at the metro. I mean, I've seen other cities where there's really no connections to your downtown core or whatever. Montreal isn't that bad. We have a pretty detailed metro system with a bus and everything. Yes, the extremities maybe aren't serviced, but when you look at the core of Montreal, like when you look at the map of the metro, it covers a pretty important area.
It has a massive black hole in the center. Like if you live between Décarie and Saint Laurent, north of Côte Sainte Catherine, you have shit metro access.
Oh, here's another issue.
Because of the orange line, the way it goes. And if you live above the blue line, forget it. Like Outremont, Mile End, all those areas. Huntsic, Cartierville, Ville Saint Laurent. I mean, Ville Saint Laurent has a metro, but only on the western edge.
Yeah.
But once you get into the center of that, like, it sucks. Sure, yeah, there's metros all around.
By the
but
way,
if you live in the middle, yeah, what's up?
The chat brings up two interesting points. Kim goes, the problem, Quebec's winner. They don't have the issue in Europe, so they won't have that issue in Spain or in France.
What's the problem? Sorry?
Our winters here, they are fucking brutal. So maybe a high-speed rail at fucking 600 kilometers an hour would be an issue. Because
why Switzerland doesn't have snow?
They have a high-speed rail too?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Switzerland does have a high-speed
so fuck
rail.
him?
I'm not 100. No, not fuck him.
Yeah, no, it goes through France. It goes through
but Kim is saying even in Europe when there's a little bit of snow, it messes everything up. But here's my issue.
Okay.
These are magnetically propulsed. Mm-hmm. They use magnetic propulsion. Propelled, thank you. So a magnet creates heat when you electrify it, when you run a current. Why would snow be an issue? You just warm the tracks, everything melts, like you're done.
I have no clue.
Like, it doesn't make any sense.
But then Gary Atlas brings up the most important point, is that they're not profitable, he's saying, which would make a lot of sense. If it doesn't make any profit.
Why wouldn't it make profit, though? I mean, why would it make less? Unless the ROI is different, right? The return on investment for the price of building it compared to building a traditional train.
Yeah. Well, think about it. Like you're putting in like, I'm guessing magnets, gigantic magnets are pretty expensive, and you gotta fucking do it.
Oh, bro,
that's what an idiot would say. I've been watching cartoons since I was a kid. Gigantic magnets
those
are
Acme magnets, right? You get an anvil too. Boom. We've come to the conclusion that he's a bad producer.
We know.
He just attacked the fan base.
What did you say to the fan base?
Said they were stupid.
I did not.
You said fuck him.
Yeah, you said fuck him.
I was joking.
Fuck who?
Kim.
Why?
It was a joke.
It was a funny haha.
It was
It was ill-timed.
Was he joking or was he serious? Because I will flip this fucking table.
No. I put it together and I don't know that it'll survive.
You leave the fans alone.
Funny headline I saw. I'm just gonna. I mean, there's nothing much more to say, but I'm going through the news yesterday, and I read this. It's sad. It's not funny. It's very sad, but it's just crazy because you don't read these kinds of things on a daily basis. A woman was killed on Monday.
Why are you laughing?
Yeah, what's going on here? I wasn't expecting this turn of events.
I shouldn't be laughing, but it's just
stupid bitch died. Listen,
but it's the kind of headline that you're like, we almost never read, and it's like, how the fuck does that even happen?
Tell us.
So a woman was killed on Monday in the Lanaudière region. So Lanaudière is just north of Montreal. She was mowing the grass on a tractor after an aircraft hit her while trying to land.
I saw this. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
What?
So yeah, I don't know what kind of airport there is or whatever in that region.
It was probably maybe a small plane.
Oh no! It was the parachute. It was that parachute place there, wherever it's. You go in your parachute.
Yeah.
So it's the planes that take off and the parachute. Probably that.
She was on a tractor.
She was cutting the grass. She was actually
on a lawnmower.
A riding mower. Yeah.
Yeah. So she was on the tractor.
So
she was cutting the
really
grass.
low to the ground. She wasn't that high.
No.
Yeah, but I just thought about it because I remember being the parachute place that you go. People go up north there to parachute. So I'm thinking that maybe it was those planes kind of landing there.
But why would they be landing on her property?
They probably had emergency.
It's not her property. She was cutting the grass at that location where
she was working.
People go parachute.
Oh, she wasn't at home.
Yeah.
And the plane fucking hit her.
So it's her fault.
I don't know whose fault it is, but she's on the grass.
Just think about this for a second.
The plane doesn't land.
Look, if she had stayed in the fucking kitchen, we wouldn't even be discussing this, so it's clearly her fault. Holy shit, that's terrible, bro.
It's just a crazy headline, no? I mean, woman gets hit
I
by a
don't know
plane.
if it's as funny as you think it is.
It is funny. Woman gets hit by a plane is hilarious, but it's sad because it's one of those needless deaths. It's one of those avoidable.
When it's your time, it's your time.
It's fucking terrible. Holy shit. Yeah, I hope they find. Fuck, but whatever you do, there's no justice. Even if you sue them, you just lost.
I mean, it's an accident. The pilot was taken to hospital for a nervous shock there.
Oh, I like how the pilot was taken to hospital. They left her body there. Like, no, let's take the pilot.
You kill you fucking mow a person down with an airplane. You're in shock.
Yeah.
Even if you're not, you pretend like you are. Just
But
in
hold
case.
on, did he hit her with a propeller?
I don't know. No, I don't. Probably the wheel. I don't like.
Yeah,
he
probably the
landed
wheel.
on her.
Oh my god.
Like he hit her while landing.
What happened to the lawnmower?
Yeah.
Did it just keep going? Like
Oh, that's fucked, bro. I feel bad.
But she was probably cutting the grass on the edge because for those single planes, they probably have a.
Maybe not. I mean, because
Maybe the guy's an idiot.
In order for you to land wherever you are, like 100, 200 meters away, and you
it's
got to
not
come
like-
low.
Or
I don't know,
maybe,
I'm not
maybe
a pilot. I don't know
she
how
was
these things work.
bringing the lawnmower back into the storage, or she was taking it out of storage.
But what's
don't
it
know.
doesn't matter what like. But yeah, what are you saying? You're saying that maybe it was her fault?
no,
I
I'm just
don't
saying
think it was anyone.
It's an accident,
I'm
man. I
just
don't
saying
think it's
the
anybody's
timing-
fault.
the
I'm
timing,
just.
you know what I mean.
I think we should be blaming someone.
It could be she could have been
God.
getting
I
ready to
blame
go to
God.
work, and then you ride the lawnmower out. You don't, but you got to get to the grass part.
There's
so
a
maybe
lot of
she was going through the
speculation
pavement.
happening here when it's unnecessary. I
Hold
feel.
on, let me fucking Google this.
Yeah, you Google this.
What do I type? Woman,
Right, woman gets
Haitian
mowed
commandos.
by pilot.
Haitian commandos assassinate.
A woman on tractor.
Yeah. But do them incognito mode.
That's fucking terrible, though. Anyways, my
Yeah.
condolences go out.
yeah, to her family.
There's a lot of things. I don't think we're gonna make it. Let me go to the
We got like 40 minutes though. We're good.
Let's talk about Sha'Carri.
Shakira.
Not Shakira. Sha'Carri Richardson. She's the Olympic athlete, the U.S. Olympic athlete.
Dope smoker.
This is a really incredible story. I mean, she was suspended. She's an American sprinter. The International Olympic
Fastest
Committee.
woman alive.
They suspended her.
She's the hottie with the body.
She looks weird, man. You know, pink, orange hair, whatever she is, like the long nails. She's really fast, though. She was, they were expecting her to
What's her name?
Sha'Carri, SHA''Carri, CARRI. Just put Sha'Carri. Something's gonna come up. She's been in the news almost every day.
Richardson.
Yeah.
I feel bad for her, by the way. I saw her story.
I mean, look, she tested positive for marijuana, so there was a 30-day suspension that was ordered, which would make her miss the 100-meter event, but she would still be able to qualify for the 400-meter relay race. But the USA track team announced the team, and they cut her from that team as well.
Which is fucking stupid.
Which I don't understand. I mean, don't you want to win? Fuck, you know what I mean?
No, but also it's not performance enhancing. It's goddamn weed.
I know, but I'll get to that later, which explains why it just nothing makes sense. So basically, she won't be competing at all in this year's Summer Olympics in Tokyo. She said that she needed the marijuana to cope with the recent death of her mom.
The what?
The marijuana.
Marijuana, George.
She needed the weed.
Oh wow, he actually found the airplane. It hit her with
it was the wing.
Wow.
Bro, look at the crack, bro.
Bro, this guy's a fucking imbecile. This guy's
He
an
landed
imbecile.
in the grass, so
Yeah.
she was
What is
cutting
this?
grass.
Yeah, this
Strange.
guy's a fucking idiot, bro.
What is this like communist fighter?
Yeah, look at that communist
Look
jet,
at him, he
bro.
looks
Fuck
like-
this
oh, no,
guy.
that's someone
Benoit
else.
Richard.
Have you ever noticed that the SQ's official uniform is very Soviet?
Very Soviet.
It was a bright red fucking tractor. How did he do this? Honestly, this is a fucking like.
I feel like this was done on purpose,
Soviet
bro. I feel like
Spitfire.
there's a conspiracy here.
No, I don't think it's a conspiracy. I think it's just negligence. Fucking dummy.
But he landed in the grass, so that means she wasn't even at fault.
Well, we don't
So
know. I mean, maybe there's
bro.
a track somewhere where he was about to land, and I mean, this is next to it.
I don't know, bro.
Well, he didn't land in where he was supposed to land. That's what we're saying.
Seems like a mediocre
I
pilot.
mean,
to
what
me,
are the
bro.
chances of getting hit by a plane? Fuck. I
Those
mean,
Japanese
Evidently,
characters on the side of the plane.
Are those what?
Japanese
There's
characters.
a star, definitely a.
This guy's a commie, bro.
former,
Are you seeing this, Pantelis?
No.
This is a Soviet
signing a
aircraft.
contract. This is Soviet guys. So hold on a second.
No.
We're gonna let the communists attack our women on tractors, and we're not gonna do anything about it. Are we fucking kidding?
Is that Chinese script
me
on the
bring it
front?
up.
Yeah. There's some Asian. I'm not. sure
Holy
if
shit!
it's-
What is happening here?
Oh my god, this is an act of war.
And there's in the middle of the star. There's what letter is that in the Cyrillic alphabet?
It's a pi,
It's
no?
an N.
Oh yeah, it does look super. It's it's Chinese.
the goddamn commies are after
I have
us.
so many questions.
Xi Jinping is here, bro.
Jesus Christ, that's from above, huh? Yo, you know what this is? This is Red Dawn. Red Dawn.
This is a dummy. This is a dummy, bro. Fuck this guy.
Anyway,
What the fuck?
back to Shakari there. So she said that she needed the weed to cope with her mom's death. So this basically has reignited, the whole debate on whether or not marijuana should be removed from the banned substance list in the Olympics. And this is the funny thing. The World Anti-Doping Agency has increased the threshold for a positive cannabis test, but it hasn't removed it from the list of banned substances. So a representative of the Anti-Doping Agency stated that although the science is pretty clear, whether you smoke it an hour before a race or a day before or during the race, it does not make you any faster.
Really?
They still have
You don't say.
They still have to abide by the rules. What bothers me, though, mostly is seeing all these comments about how this is about racism and that the IOC doesn't want black people to have chances at winning medals. I mean, look,
They win all the medals.
let's be clear. It has nothing to do with black athletes or racism. It has to do with, the stupid rules that make absolutely no sense.
It has to do with old people.
And the organizers know it makes no sense, and yet nothing is being done to change it. And on the other hand, you have the proponents that believe that if you compete at that level, you shouldn't be consuming any drugs, whether it enhances your performance or not.
What do you mean? But that's stupid because this is an herb that you're smoking. Why do some athletes, they're allowed to smoke cigarettes, but she can't smoke weed?
Yeah, I'm just giving you the position on the other side. They believe that, it's about the image of perfection and the exemplarity that, these games should represent.
Soviet.
Soviet.
Right?
Yeah. So
German even. Maybe German. It's the Ubermensch.
So there you go. I mean, I feel bad for her because she's a very talented athlete.
What? Fucking Phil.
How Soviet?
How Soviet, yeah.
And it just sucks. I mean, that's it. I mean, it really sucks. I feel bad for the girl. I mean, the amount of training these Olympic athletes go through and the competitions and, the focus, and it's incredible to reach that level, right? I mean, and to be shut down like that. And what the fuck's wrong with the team?
Right, I just signed 2 contracts I didn't even read, so I'm not at liberty to give anybody life advice.
I mean, she was able to compete in the 400-meter relay race. Why not take her in? Like, what are you afraid of? I mean...
These are dummies. No, it's not race related. So you shouldn't dodge the real problem. The real problem is this old school mentality of everything is wrong, right? And nothing is right unless I say it's right. And how it's hindering our possibilities of getting medals. Like, I think as the Olympic Committee, I'd be like, what did you do? Smoke weed? Give her some fucking more weed so she could relax because she's in the media all the time now because we're talking shit about her, and let her go out there and win us a goddamn race. Let's go, Speedy Gonzalez. Win us a fucking race. That's what a real person would say. If she was doing steroids, different story. I'd be like, you fucking idiot. We're supposed to show that we're the best. Now you're taking performance. But this isn't. This is just her chilling. Because for her, it's weed, right? For, let's say, some of the Algerians, some of the Lebanese guys, it'll be shisha. They're smoking shisha. What's the problem? They're just chilling. They're having a good time. What's the issue? It's not. They're not taking drugs. It's not drugs.
There's no
I don't even smoke weed, and I am supporting athletes smoking weed.
The only way weed can enhance your performance and something like that is like you put a fucking bowl of Cheetos at the end of the finish line and you're like, fuck. But still, you'd forget to run. You'd just be like, I'll get there. You'd fucking Uber Eats it.
Anyway, it's sad. It's just unfortunate. The other thing I read, which made absolutely no sense to me, and this is like fresh, right? And I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Bill Cosby is apparently thinking of a comeback comedy tour. And it's just hilarious to me to think that after everything that has happened, the only thing that he's thinking about is, I'm going to make a comeback and I'm going to rise back at the top.
Everyone loves a
That's
comeback.
what you need, bro. You need people like him, the underprivileged, that can make it.
I mean, look, last week we spoke about, that strange, legal loophole that kind of got him freed from jail. And his spokesman revealed this week that, he's considering several options that are apparently already on the table.
Oh, he's going to sue too?
No, options to go on a tour.
Oh, okay.
So according to his spokesman, there's a number of promoters that have called, or the clubs that club owners that have called as well. Apparently, people are dying to see him again on
Bill
stage.
Cosby?
Yeah.
Oh, do we say it now, Poseidon?
Say what?
Pantelis tour starting in October. Opening for me is Bill Cosby, the Lady Killers tour. Yeah. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. As a matter of fact, when we head down to Florida, I believe what are we doing? Orlando and Miami. Special surprise middle spot. Orenthal J. Simpson. It is gonna be great. You ready for this?
Hey there,
Gapes, get on it. Gapes has to make a video now. He's a promotional video.
Hey there, Twitter world.
Yeah. Hey there, Twitter world. And then you have fucking Cosby going on talking about what's the difference between pudding pops and these yappy bitches.
That was actually very good, man.
You never heard him do his Cosby? It's the
No,
only
because
accent
usually
he
his
gets.
accents are
All the
Asian.
same.
Yeah.
Either German or Russian. It's one of the two.
It's always Asian.
Like he's talking about an African guy, but it's a German accent or a Russian accent.
Hello, my name is Kunta Kinte.
Yeah, it's fucking true, yeah.
Yes, hello, I'm from South Africa.
Yes.
It's like, what?
Yes. Hello, my friend. I am a real Ghanaiese person.
It always falls within those two
It always,
categories.
yeah, because I find it funny. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
this is actually very good.
So my boys, Abba and Preach had a video about this, and I spoke to Preach about it last night, and I was like, oh, fuck.
About what?
that.
About what?
About Cosby.
Oh, okay.
They're actually very right. The correct thing happened.
Huh?
Yeah, I'll tell you why. Legally,
Oh, legally, yeah.
if you want to blame someone, it's that fucking DA. It's the second DA who fucked this all up, who basically thought, I can circumvent the law and nothing's going to happen. You're the reason why this happened. We know, because he basically admitted to it, we basically know that the guy's a fucking a rapiste. You know what we're saying?
Rapisto, yeah.
But these fucking dummies, they did something that was illegal.
I mean, so did he.
No.
Right? But
They
we're agreeing on that,
because he was supposed to be apparently exempt from the shit that he admitted for another whatever. You remember
I
this?
remember
That's the whole
this,
thing.
yeah.
So what they did is after they go, oh no, we're not supposed to use this legally. No, fuck, we'll use it.
They made a
But
deal and
you
they
had
reneged
already
on the
made
deal.
it. It was.
Yeah.
It's already. So his lawyer, he's got to thank. The problem is obviously everybody knows what he did. He admitted to it. That's the whole fucking spiel. But he admitted to it in order to not go to jail. So the fact that they put him in for 2 years, he's gonna end up fucking making money off it. He's probably gonna sue the fuck out of them. So. It sucks, but the person
weird,
you're gonna blame.
What's weird is that he's innocent, but at the same time he's guilty.
No, he's guilty. He's not innocent, but the problem
guilty.
is...
Well, he's innocent because technically he shouldn't have gone to jail, but he should have been to jail. Because,
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
Like,
Had they not made a deal with him in the beginning...
How long was this whole sentence? 3 years? It wasn't long.
No, it was between 3 and 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
I
I mean, come back to. Does anyone even want to see Bill Cosby?
I wonder. Didn't he have health problems? I mean, he's like almost blind. He can barely walk.
Maybe while he was in prison, he bettered himself. He was in the yard, fucking just.
Oh no, I heard he was in the beginning. Remember they said he was scared. He was getting fucking abused and shit. But then after he was telling people jokes and he was having fun. I don't know.
We had a good time in jail. I mean,
By
that's
the way,
good, I guess.
Alberto with a super chat, $5, mic drop.
What's he saying?
He put a gif of a peach with a headband.
Oh, he's excited about the Lady Killers tour.
Is it a GIF or a GIF?
GIF.
GIF.
Okay.
It's a gift.
GIF is the peanut butter.
Yeah, whoever says
like
GIF
Jif.
can go fuck themselves.
Yeah, seriously,
Because
I second
GIF,
that.
we have GIF. It's the J and it's a peanut butter. This is a GIF. It's you know. But are you gonna say your name is George? So it should be
Or gorge.
But are you saying it's a giraffe?
no.
He makes a good point.
Oh, is that what you're saying? You're using giraffe. That's an excellent counter.
It is actually.
But giraffe,
I
it's
never
because of the
thought
double
about that.
consonant that creates the J sound. Whereas
What's
girl is girl.
What's
GI.
the double consonant?
It's not Jurl.
Do you know what a consonant is?
No.
Then forget it.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
it's
gonna
at the
get
end of
you.
the. It's at the end of the word though.
What?
It what's the opposite of precedes? It follows. It follows the. I'm making up fucking
mean a
grammatical
consonant?
Yeah,
words,
this
George.
is
I'm just making shit up.
this is what he does. Yeah.
Yeah, I lie.
Yeah, because then it would.
That whole story was about me.
Because it wouldn't have been.
Top
No.
secret.
Because then it would be
tell
Jimmy your glasses instead of gimme your glasses. There's a
There's a double consonant. So my lie has been overturned, George.
Yeah.
Well done.
And
You've disproved the unprovable.
You mean a consonant?
It's a GIF.
yeah, you know what a consonant
no,
is?
you said a consonant.
I did not
did-
say
you-
Did
you
I?
did say a
Oh, yeah,
consonant, yeah.
consonant. Sorry.
That's why it confused me.
Yes,
That's
that's
not
why.
why.
I confused
So you
you.
Google search consonant?
Yeah, and you realized there was
Yeah.
a typo. So he's
then
like,
I
do
Googled
you mean a
consonant.
consonant?
And then he
bro?
saw the description of consonant and he was like, oh, now I get
There
it.
are 21 consonants.
Thanks.
Yeah, he has no clue what's going on. That's fine, Poseidon. It's cool.
Oh shit.
I love how he tried to play it off like he knew what was going on, but I could tell.
No, but
and then he
hold on.
decided to mic drop, I'm a retard
Hold on.
who reads at the
So
second
I
grade level.
mispronounced something like in the middle of a sentence.
No, but
right?
F is a consonant, so it would make sense why it's giraffe. That's what you said. That's what you were trying to say, right?
Stop. No, because we're talking about the first G.
But there's only one G.
Guys, I was making shit up and he misunderstood a word. Now he's Googled and he's pretending like
but the
I
best
didn't know what
that,
it was.
The best is that he's talking about the F's, but it's the R that comes first.
I was talking about the F's. I was just making shit up.
Yeah,
no, I'm talking about him. I'm looking at him. I'm talking to him. I don't know why you keep...
idiot.
R is a consonant also.
Come on, man. You're fucking with us, bro.
You can't be this stupid. It's impossible for someone to be this dumb. And look, he's trying to laugh it off. Bro, this is being recorded. This is being broadcast to everyone. They're going to know the things that we already know about you.
Oh, who cares, bro? We're having fun.
So, okay, no, but what's the alternative? What's the alternative to a consonant?
What? Sorry?
What's the alternative to a consonant?
Not the alternative.
Oh, it's the AEI, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, what are those?
I forgot the word.
I'd like to buy a vowel. I'd like to buy a vowel.
It's a
Vowel.
vowel.
There you go. That's the word.
As known in the Philippines as a bowel.
Movement.
Let's go on. How much time do we have left?
20 minutes.
Fucking too much time with Poseidon.
I want to talk to you about Bill 21. There's some interesting developments.
Which
Bill
one's this again?
We've spoken about
too many
this.
bills.
It's the secularism bill that passed.
The racism bill.
Yeah, we've spoken quite a little bit about
anti-racism?
I love
it's
the
not.
racism bill.
It's the one with a religious.
That's still a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we spoke about this piece of legislation that the CAC government wants to implement. We've also spoken about a court decision last April validating this law because of the government's use of the notwithstanding clause. But they validated it with two exceptions. One is that they cannot apply the law to the teaching personnel in English public schools and to the elected officials in the National Assembly. So Premier Legault back then had said that he was going to challenge his decision with the pretext that under no circumstances would he want two categories of citizens in Quebec.
We want three.
So
sorry, hold on. I just realized that not only did he Google it and figure it out, Olga told him in the chat that I mispronounced it.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you, Olga.
But I
fucking can't trust us.
Olga, the real puppeteer.
I hadn't read that.
She's just trying to get on your good side.
I believe him, for he cannot read.
It is true. Go on, George, about the Basile 21.
So on Monday, there's a new ally that joined the
LGBTQ plus.
No,
how many allies do you need?
But this is strange because we learn on Monday that the Speaker of the National Assembly, François Paradis, issued a request to appeal the decision on the grounds that the judgment restricts the scope of the National Assembly's privilege in the management of its internal affairs, thereby directly affecting the president's power to control the conduct of the parliament's business.
Some weird usage of words.
That was very verbose.
I mean, that's just...
He said all this in English?
No, it was in French, actually.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he speaks that well.
Okay.
So basically... I was
impressed. I was like, wow.
I mean, look, it's strange to see, first of all, that the government has a new ally for the state's secularism in the person of the Speaker of the House, who normally is neutral to all decisions made in the House and to all legislation that is passed, first of all. And the other thing, but I mean, this is really surprising because François Paradis is actually elected under the CAC banner. So he is...
also known by his alias as a porn star, Frank Paradise. Go on.
He's been under the CAC for a while.
Yeah.
The other thing I find interesting...
between the dick and balls.
Middle name Gooch.
So the other thing I find interesting is that instead of alluding to the constitutional legality, upon which the judge made his decision, he reverts to a completely different argument dealing with the functioning rules of the parliament. So, I mean, I'm not a lawyer and I don't know how these things work. I don't know which one takes precedence, if it's the constitutionality of the piece of legislation or the functioning of the parliament and how the executive and the judicial branches can't interfere. So that I just find it very strange. Yeah,
sorry, I was participating in the chat.
Oh no, I'm listening to him. I'm just getting a little upset that we're still mulching over this shit.
It's gonna continue. It's not gonna go away.
Look, we knew that it was gonna go to appeal. It's just funny that the person appealing this decision is the actual Speaker of the House and is using a pretext that has nothing to do with the constitutional elements that the judge was based on to say, look, these two have to be exempted. But he's saying, look, but you can't remove, you can't apply these exemptions because that forbids me from doing my job as a Speaker of the House. So what takes precedence, the Constitution or the functionality of the Parliament?
The Constitution.
Is there a precedent here?
I don't know.
But the Constitution should take right? Unless we're no longer a democracy, It should be the Constitution, because if everyone abides by the Constitution, then we have equal rights. If something else supersedes the Constitution, we could change the rules as we go for specific people.
Look, I don't know. And what's interesting is that last week we spoke about how the Liberal government in Ottawa, so Justin Trudeau's team, wanted to sue.
Yeah, are they still suing the Speaker?
Because he made a decision to present documentation because it's the functionality of the parliament that he's there to protect, and they're challenging that in court. So we're asking the same question: what takes precedence?
How
here?
can a court make a decision about the body that decides what they can
exactly?
decide on?
And in this case,
so we're destroying Canada slowly.
And in this case, it's the opposite.
We're picking up speed. Like, we're being very efficient.
No, this is the destruction of democracy.
Yeah, efficiently destroying democracy. I'm not saying it's a good thing.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's interesting. I mean, I don't know. I'm curious to see how this will unfold. And I mean, on one hand, you know that the courts and the judicial branch can't really interfere in the proceedings of the parliament. And the Speaker of the House actually makes an interesting point. He's like, well, the decisions you made interferes with the work that I have to do. Now, I don't know if it's a fine line, but I can see the point. I mean, I don't know exactly how this is going to end, but there you have it.
I mean, in a race war, we've spoken to future you. You've confirmed.
I lost my hand. I will lose my hand.
This ends in a race war. It does. I mean, that's all that's left.
And it's just funny to me that, you have the premier coming on and saying, we don't want two categories of citizens. Well, dude, if you don't want two categories of citizens, why don't you just
shut up,
put this bill in the garbage and leave it there? Because that's what this bill is going to do.
Isn't the vaccination stuff also going to create different categories of citizens?
Yeah.
That's yet to be determined.
You didn't bring up the story, George, of that he announced the did you bring that up? The measures that for travel, the travel restrictions.
I actually had on my list. I didn't do it.
What happened?
George does a lot of prep work.
Yeah, George.
Like, we just show up and whatever.
This is actually it's actually it takes it started actually this week for returning travelers that are fully vaccinated.
Yes,
only for the returning travelers that are fully vaccinated. They don't have to do the 14-day quarantine, and they don't have to spend the 3 days in a hotel in a government designated hotel.
Oh, so we already have a 2-person system. That's nice.
I mean, that puts a lot of pressure on people like you, for example, who doesn't want to get vaccinated and is probably thinking, fuck, I want to travel to the U.S., I want to go on tour, I want to do the shows, blah, blah, blah. Coming back, you're getting screwed.
This is until July 21st.
But this is good, though, because this opens precedents, if they do it for about a month, that you could sue the fuck out of the federal government, so it's going to be fun to see what happens.
I don't know if that's going to go anywhere, because people have sued and gotten nowhere because...
But they sued for measures that were globally encompassing everybody, that were unconstitutional. Now that you just set a precedence that you're separating people based on what's supposed to be an optional thing of
I see your
my
point.
body, my choice type of situation, they're going to get fucked.
I hope
I don't know if they're still going to argue
that's if you have a good lawyer. That's if you have a good... If a bunch of hillbillies are suing him, it's not going to be an issue.
Because they can always come out and say that it falls under the premise of the same thing. It's urgent sanitary measures.
Yeah, but I think at this point there's enough evidence to realize that that's not true.
I don't know. Last thing on the docket here, we're going to talk again about a bill, Bill 96 this time around. And Bill 96, for those who don't know, and it's the new Bill 101, the French language legislation. I found out this week that in the parliamentary committee hearings that will look into the proposed bill, Bill 96, so that's as of September when the Quebec Parliament reopens, the government has excluded the participation of the Quebec English School Boards Association, which represents most of the schools that will be mostly impacted by this bill.
Yeah. Interesting.
So there's so many things that just don't make sense to me.
Interesting strategy.
So the president of this association said in a statement that they've requested in writing to participate in the hearings and have been refused by Minister Jolin Barrette, who is in charge of this legislation. So I just simply don't understand this. Why is the government excluding the minority language education community from actively participating in a democratic exercise that will directly impact those very institutions?
Because that's the answer.
I think we all know the answer to that. It just doesn't make any sense. And the hearings that are scheduled, like I said, to take place in September, they will hear from the Quebec Community Groups Network, which is another organization that regroups English-speaking organizations in Quebec. They will hear from French language groups. They will hear from labor unions, business organizations, demographers, municipalities, and even former politicians. What is the problem that you cannot allow an extra group to be represented, especially one which will be very much impacted should this legislation go forward? Funny stuff. I don't know, man, happening up in Quebec City. I mean, nothing makes sense, and I just feel like everything is done purposefully to kind of put this minority group on the sideline. It's like, shut the fuck up. This is what we're doing. We don't want you to spread any information, whatever that information may be, and we're just going to block you. How could you even do that?
Yeah.
I mean, you could when your goal is to actually eliminate their existence, like to remove them as a minority.
What's the matter, Poseidon?
Did you guys, speaking of blocking, did you guys see Facebook, what they did?
Go on.
You just say it, bro. You don't know how to have a conversation.
So there was like
talking to my dad.
A pedophile group, an anti-pedophile group, sorry, and they banned the page. They deleted the page from Facebook.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, they said stop child trafficking, and then Facebook said stop child trafficking goes against our guidelines.
Yeah, but they said that they want people to report if you think it's an extremist, like on.
Oh, he's mixing two stories at once. This is.
I saw some clip the other day. Since we're talking about things that don't make sense and we don't have all the facts, of some convicted murderer, a woman who killed a pedophile.
Oh, nice.
And she was being walked out. She had been found guilty, and she was calling out to the media like, "I'd do it again."
Good.
Like, she's like, "I did the right thing. I don't regret anything. Greatest day of my life was killing that pervert." And then someone goes, "What do you have to say to his family?" "I wish death for them also. Thank you." And she just gets on the phone. I was like, "Holy shit."
Well, I didn't hear that.
That's fine. I'm not repeating the whole story. No. I don't know if it was real, if it was staged, but it was fucking hilarious. Like, I just thought it was funny. "I wish death for them also. Thank you. Have a good day." He gets in the car.
That's funny.
Yeah. I love like a little fucking Western justice.
That doesn't happen very often, but I love when it happens when people like that have no filter are in front of the camera and they just explode, because usually the lawyer goes in front and they're like, shut the fuck up, we're going out, there's a crowd.
The court case was over. She was guilty. She was going to jail. She was on her way to jail.
Yeah,
she had nothing left to lose.
Yeah.
And it's happened.
But even in court, apparently she was like, nah.
And it's happened quite often. I remember a couple of years ago, there's this Greek entrepreneur. He has a lot of property, commercial property. And this is years ago. He has an empty piece of land.
Peter.
Is that his name?
Anyways, go on. This changes nothing.
Yeah.
So there was an empty lot downtown.
I know this story.
Here.
That's right,
in Montreal, and there was like a bunch of people that just took over in the squatters.
Oh,
so
yes.
Remember that?
I remember this in the news.
Funniest shit ever. So this is live now in the news. So the guy goes in front because there's cameras. Like, what's going on? They built tents and everything in his land. This is private property.
It's like 5 years ago, no? 6?
But maybe around there. So the guy shows up. The cameras are there. And he's explaining why they need to go, because it's his private property, which makes 100%.
He owns
sense.
the land, yeah.
So at some point, some guys are yelling, and doesn't he start yelling back at them? Like this is
live.
So, he's like, this
guy's a mogul, by the way. Like, he has a massive holdings in the
but
city.
he's right.
Yeah, of course.
No, I'm just setting up the context.
And then you just hear him say, fuck off. Why don't you go get a job? Yeah, you get a fucking job. And he's just arguing with the people. And this is live now on TV.
Good.
It was so fucking
It's a Greekster.
It's
good.
He used to own the land that my grandfather ran his parking lot on downtown.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I love that CTV or CJD, all the English media, loves to go to him as local business.
Oh, no, even
they go to him for everything.
No, but even the French media.
Do they?
Yeah.
I don't watch a lot of French
No,
news.
he's very often on French media, because every time the government makes a decision on that affects restaurateurs or
it
whatever,
affects him directly.
and he created an association, l'association.
Who is this? Sergakis?
Yeah.
But aren't they scumbags?
I don't know what the hell they are, and who cares? We're talking about another issue.
People.
But he created his own organization, and it's l'association des teneurs de bar or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And the members of that association are basically all the establishments that he owns that are just different bars. So it's him.
Oh, yeah. And that's the association that said that they'd be willing to open up the restaurants at full capacity to stop people in the front if they're not vaccinated.
Yeah, he was on.
Fuck that guy. Yeah,
I saw him getting interviewed the day.
Fuck him
like,
good.
Look.
What a piece of shit.
Maybe I get in trouble for it, but if it means I can open, I don't care.
Yeah, he's
like,
very selfish.
Yeah.
So everyone else that was trying to support his places, local restaurants, going out of their way, like, I don't have to order, but I'll go pick up, just support local restaurants. During this, That's fine, solidarity. But the second you're able to make money, like fuck the people that supported me. Fuck this guy.
And the restaurants have been getting massive subsidies all through this pandemic. Like it's not like if you were smart about it.
I'm not so sure if those subsidies were enough to.
Have you spoken to many restaurateurs about it? Because I have. If you were smart and you kept operating at minimum
some
staff
places
and you
couldn't.
took in that money,
if you're smart and you kept operating, but some restaurants.
Depends what you sell, bro.
If you're like a pizza place, you made a killing.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're a 5-star restaurant with a $100,000 rent, you're fucked. Yeah. Like the 40 Wests, like these types of restaurants, they had a problem. But the smaller restaurants, because he doesn't own any fine dining establishment.
No,
this guy.
no, it's mostly bars.
Yeah. He used to own the fucking sports bar. He's like, we want to get more people in for the game. He doesn't give a shit. I just, you know what? I keep reading all this like they're vaccinating us, they're forcing us, they tricked us. There's this, there's that. I just want to know from one conspiracy theorist, because I mean, at this point, there's nothing is proven. They are conspiracy theorists. What? Why? I just want the answer from someone. To what end?
It's hilarious.
What's a conspiracy?
What is the purpose of vaccinating us all if this is all fake? What is the purpose?
It's not fake.
No, I'm not saying it is, but you know these people who are like, they tricked you, so you'd be so scared you'd take whatever.
Oh, that is true. They did trick you.
Okay, sure.
I know. By the way, I know people that are double vaccinated that refuse to go back to work, that are in their house, they're stuck, they're scared, and it's because the shit they see on. I don't think they realize what's happening outside.
Yeah, but
there's a guy that's. I'm gonna make it too obvious.
What is the purpose?
I don't want to ring him out, but. He's not going back to work because he's so scared. Because it's not a purpose. This is what you're misunderstanding. You always, when people say this, you think there's a nefarious legion of doom behind deciding. That's not what I'm saying.
I'm not assuming that.
There's stuff that happens. There's consequences of your actions that because of your actions, they happen whether you intended it or not. For example, the guy who hit this tractor lady, he probably wasn't trying to hit the tractor lady.
Obviously.
But because he wasn't looking where the fuck he was going, he killed a woman.
Yes.
So same thing with this. The fact that on TV you show mounting, millions of people, Delta variant, everyone around you is dying, everyone could infect you. No. Some people don't turn the channel off or think critically. Some people take it. They're like, they did the thinking for me. Holy shit, everyone is an enemy. I'm scared. I'm never going out of my house. The world is dying.
Okay,
They don't go out. Okay. So right now what happened is because the government never stepped in and said, all right, guys, calm down the fucking rhetoric. Stop telling people that if they go outside, they're going to die. And these are the mounting numbers and the Delta variant, all this fear,
Because the government didn't quell that?
No, I'm saying that, the government didn't quell because the government needed that.
The government needed that.
That's what I'm saying. The government needed that. So because of that, they didn't think about the consequences later on. The consequences later on are now. And they're two pro. One, people that became so paranoid, they're done. They're too scared of everything. They're scared to go out of their house. They're scared to meet other people. They think you're the devil. And the people who are like, wait, what the fuck's happening here? Everything is a conspiracy. This can't be real. They're over-exaggerating, so everything they said must be a lie.
Okay.
This is all based on incompetence of they needed fear in the beginning, so they let it go. They overdid it.
You're saying it just got out of control?
It got out of hand. Now they can't take it back. How can you can't take it back as a government? People committed suicide. People in old folks' homes weren't taken care of. They died. Businesses were lost. How do you come out and say, we definitely could have handled this better. We completely fucked up. How? Then the people that lost family members, the people that lost their business, aren't they going to come after you? Be like, so you're admitting you were negligent, you fucked up my business, you fucked up my family?
What about the doctors?
What about the doctors?
Who are still ringing up bells that we shouldn't open up, we should stay locked down.
Yeah, but the doctors that are ringing that bell, they're not saying don't open up because everyone's going to die. They're saying here, guys,
the virus will get out of control.
Don't open up because our healthcare system can't handle it because we've been complaining for fucking years and no one's listened to us.
I see what you mean.
And if we have 15 people in ICU, we're fucked. Even though there's 8 million people in Quebec. So they're not wrong. They're like, they're legitimately saying we can't handle it if it gets out of hand because our hospitals have always been over. We never took care of the doctors and nurses here. We never did. So it's the same story.
I don't disagree with anything you just said. Honestly, I don't. What scares me the most is the fact that most of the people calling for... I mean, I'll use you as an example, but I don't keep you in the same category. Let's make that clear. Like the stuff you just said, most of the people who are saying it on like my Facebook feed, my Instagram feed, people I know personally, not including you.
Yeah, think the Illuminati's behind this.
No, are some of the dumbest people I know.
Yeah,
that's what freaks me out. The people who I would have considered prior to the pandemic to be intellectually superior people.
Yeah,
people who are learned and cultured. They're just like, I'm so second dose.
Yeah, you know why? Because all the people you thought were
they weren't
intellectual learning. They're not, and they're scared to go against the wave.
But the dumb people, I'm still sure they're dumb.
But you know why? Because they're dumb. Sometimes it pays to be dumb. Because they're dumb, they don't care about social repercussions. So
Maybe.
if you don't go now with the social norm of, selfie, vaccinated, this and that, like, what are you, an anti-vaxxer? What are you, a this? What are you, a that? People are scared to be called names. So,
Fair.
for example, in San Diego, the woman that was complaining that the trans woman came in, whipped his dick out in the spa in front of kids.
Yeah.
The woman complaining is 100% correct.
Absolutely.
100% correct. But they're saying because you're complaining, you're transphobic. And they're like, it's not, we're women
I'm
here and there's little
dickphobic.
girls,
It's
and we don't
dickphobic.
want to see penises hanging out. So the woman is correct. But other people were scared to say something because they go, what if they call me phobic?
Yeah.
Not, let me say the truth.
Do you ever, I won't even ask you because I know the answer. Do you ever feel scared to say something online?
Well, I'm not the kind of person that actually comments a lot online to begin with.
I'm not. I don't mean in the
But,
comment section. I mean on a microphone, which you are often.
No, because look, I'll say things obviously that I'm comfortable with.
Well, there's your answer.
I don't know if I'll go.
He's not going to go balls deep.
Yeah,
Good.
but it's not me either, right? I mean, I'm not like Pantelis, for example, who just, he's always done that, right? I mean, and it's not a matter of being afraid to express my opinion. It's just that I don't know.
Some of your opinions are questionable, like morally questionable, though.
Like,
No,
I don't
we're
think
not
so.
going to say them on the air.
No,
That's
he
not
pretty
nice.
much, he's pretty.
I'm not going to fucking dox you.
But even me. But here's the thing, because it's where it's. Do you want to say the truth or do you want to appease people? I'd rather say the truth than appease people. So the reason why I bring up the thing in San Diego is I think that's the best example because a lot of the people that were talking and they were for the lady that was complaining, they go, she's fucking right. They weren't transphobic. They even said, it sucks that this situation happened. It sucks that theoretically trans women could go in or trans men and they don't know exactly where they should go.
Biological males.
Biological males or females don't know where, depending on if they're trans, don't know where they should go. So that's another problem. Abba and Preach had suggested maybe a third room alternative. I don't know if that's the problem. If there's enough people,
I won't say
like a
that
third
joke.
changing room.
I was
If
gonna
there's
get-
enough people, I don't know. Maybe it's that I can't solve that problem because I'm not in it enough to know the stats and all that. However, I don't want anybody to get discriminated against. But fuck, man, I understand.
Your dick shouldn't be out in front of a 6-year-old girl.
I completely, wholeheartedly
I
understand.
don't
that.
care if you have tits or not.
I
Like,
get
doesn't
it.
matter.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, your fucking vag shouldn't be flashing in front of people either. But you know
But a
what I'm saying.
vagina is a very different thing. It's not dingle dangling.
I'm just saying
about.
because it's little girls, it's more acceptable. Just like a women's bathroom, there's women. So I get that, but obviously there's transphobic. There's people who just don't like anybody that's trans or gay, whatever. That they're just
Yes,
like
those people exist.
Yeah. So they're gonna be like, they shouldn't be allowed in any establishment. Gay people should. Okay, I get that, but that's not what a lot of people were fighting. A lot of people were saying, "Fuck, man, you can't whip your dick out in front of kids," and I get that. So, but you can't group everyone together and be
At
like,
the same time, I don't feel like a 6-year-old girl, and this is to the mother's responsibility, should be in a naked, even if it is all women's spa. It's weird.
yeah, but I'm with you.
weird. I mean,
I guess it's not that
But
weird.
hold on. Where does the girl? Where are they going to change then if they want to bring their daughters?
I think it wasn't in a changing room.
no, it's not a changing room.
It was
It's
in like a hot
in
tub
the
or
spa.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in the spa. It was in the changing room.
It was
that
in
where it
changing rooms
was?
when it happened. Yeah.
Oh, that completely. Okay, I take it back. I completely apologize to the mother for even insinuating that. Like, that's not. I didn't understand that.
Yeah, but that's what
When
people
I
were
read
saying.
spa, I assumed they were in like.
No.
Yeah,
This
that's
happened
what I
in the
thought
changing
too.
room. So they're there, they're changing, and then the trans woman came in, did all, and then they're like, "What the fuck?" So the lady goes upstairs with a robe. She's like, "What the fuck are you guys doing, bro? You just let a guy down." He's like, "No, it's not a guy." He said she said she
Female
identifies as a
identifying woman.
female. He goes, "But did you do any checks?" No, we're not allowed. As soon as somebody says they identify as this, we have to go there. And the lady lost her shit. So the lady, it wasn't like she was out to get trans people. She was shocked by what she saw. She's like, "Yo, I'm here with these women, and we just saw a dangling penis." So it's not.
I mean, hold on. This individual was just changing their clothes, and their dick was out for a couple seconds.
I wasn't there.
I mean, it also seems like maybe it's not as bad as I initially thought it was. I don't know. It's very confusing.
I think it should go depending on your genitalia. So even whether you identify as a man or a woman,
You go where your genitals go.
You go where your genitals
Maybe
go.
that's it. I don't
That's
know.
it. Genitals go.
I don't
think
know.
that is the most logical.
To me, it seems logical what he's saying.
He only says that because he wants to see tits in the men's changing room.
But look, I don't know what the proper answer is. That makes sense to me, but I don't know what the proper
a
answer
bit,
is because I feel like it needs to be people that are invest time in this, statistics, look at it, and they'll know better. All I'm saying is because the woman complained and the way she complained, I watched the video and I was like, yeah, she's aggressive, she's yelling at everyone, I get it, but she was in a panic. I don't think that anything that happened was how they try to make it sound like she was out to get trans people. Not at all. She was in the. She was minding her own business. She wasn't out actively. What's happening here? It's just
like
you don't know how.
You have to put yourself in the situation of the parents. And let's say you're a mom and you have your daughter and you see a fucking dangling peanut. I would freak out too,
dude. I'm telling you right now, if I'm a dad, and my wife comes out and goes, yeah, there's your daughter's freaking out because some guy whipped his dick out. A trans woman came in. I'd lose my fucking shit.
Oh, but I'm breaking heads, bro.
But I would do the same if I had. I would do the same, by the way, if it was a little boy and we're in the men's locker room and vice versa happens and there's a vagina flashing in front of him. I would lose my. What the fuck are you doing? Cover up, you fucking idiot.
Okay.
100%. It's a little kid. I don't want to sexualize my kids.
Yeah. But by making it a bad thing, aren't you sexualizing them?
No.
What?
It's not a bad thing. No. A bad thing is dicks or vaginas are bad. Don't talk. That's a bad thing. Not exposing them to it is not a bad thing. Because right now, no one's saying that sex between two people is bad, right? You can have sex.
Agreed, yeah.
If somebody comes here and starts fucking here on the floor, are you going to be like, sex is fine, bro. Let them fuck in the studio.
But but that's out of context. It's weird for them to be just fucking here, right?
It's also weird in front of a little girl for someone to whip his dick out.
Yeah, but is it weird for someone to just be changing their clothes, like trying to take off their bathing suit? Hold
on, bro. Hold on.
Yeah, hold on.
Do you understand?
There's a way to change too, bro.
You don't know what happened in that room. That's what I'm saying. We're assuming things.
I changed in the locker room.
With my towel on.
And even though there's some people they fucking overdo with the dick, especially old people. Yeah, their dick is almost in your face. Like finally someone's looking at it. But I try my best to hide out of respect because I go. 100%. I feel bad if
nobody needs to see my pasty ass. Yeah.
No, but I feel bad. No, my ass I don't mind. But I feel bad like. Basically, I'm forcing someone to look at my dick and balls. I'm like, well, no. Like, there's a way for me to turn so I don't have to show the guy my fucking dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a respect. It's kind of like when you sneeze. Yeah, of course I could sneeze on your fucking face. But out of respect, I'll try to go down, sneeze on the floor so I don't sneeze on you. It's just little things like that.
I agree with you, but there's this part of me that's like, what's going on here? Like,
all you have to do is use practical usage. You have 2 daughters.
Yeah.
The woman complaining is not that woman. It's not that black lady. It's your wife. Your wife is in there.
Was she a black lady?
Yeah. Would you tell your wife, hey, why the fuck are you complaining, bro? Let the guy throw his dick in front of the kids. Like, would you?
No, I wouldn't be okay with it.
Like, I'm at a point now where...
But not just girls, kids in general, it's not healthy
kids
for
in
them.
general.
And this is proven it's not healthy for them to be exposed to genitals at a very young and early age.
So they could start... No. Look, but I believe him because when I was young, I was never exposed to like overtly sexual stuff, I never in my head, like early high school is when, I guess high school is when I started finding out. But before that, I wasn't exposed to any of that stuff. So I never in my head had the question of gender or sexualized. I remember those kids that were hypersexualized. They knew about. I don't know about that, and I never
from other kids.
I never had that in my head. And to me, I think that was better because even to this day. I don't give a shit. I don't care about gay, straight,
to me,
trans.
You're completely asexual.
I don't give a fuck about any of that. Do whatever the fuck you. It doesn't bother me because I never had in my head this has to be like this and this. I never had that. It's like fucking do you. I don't give a shit.
When did you stop letting your daughters? Well, the older one, I guess the little one's little. See you naked. At what age?
They've never seen me naked.
Never.
No.
Even as babies.
I can't remember. I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
but that's a good thing. From what I understand, it's supposed to be hormonal. So it's during the beginning of teenage years when they start getting interested
and curious. You shouldn't.
Then you can have a talk with them, explain to them.
You never bathed
before
with your
that
kid when she was a baby. I'm still blown away by this.
No.
Your wife just did everything, and your father-in-law.
No, I would give her. No, I give my daughters a bath.
You never went in the bath with her when she was little.
No.
Really?
And you know what? I know that in my mind, like they would not even know or understand. But it was more for me. It's like I just feel uncomfortable being naked in front of my kids, regardless of their age. But we're at the stage now.
That's a weird question, by the way, because my answer is no for me. The last question I was asked, that's weird for me.
What question were you asked?
Yeah,
I never had.
No, that's answer older. My answer is no.
I saw my parents naked. It's a very traumatizing.
And you did it by accident. Your parents weren't trying to show off that they were naked.
No, it was by accident.
Yeah.
But they were also very villagers.
Careless.
Yeah, the careless. You know what I mean?
It's a tit. It's a tit.
Yeah, no, I feel uncomfortable. But you see, we're at the point now with my kid, like especially the older one. And we had a little thing with my wife the other day. We went to a restaurant. And she's like, "Oh, she has to go pee. You want to take her to the bathroom?" I'm like, "No." She's a kid. I'm like, who gives a shit? She's old enough to see the other guy standing and pissing. You take her to the girls' bathroom. Fuck, those days are over. Like, it's done.
Dad? If I'm alone with them,
if you're a single dad, it's a different story, bro. But I'm not a single dad, and the mom, like the mom.
I love that.
Like the mom is there. It's like, I don't want to walk in with my daughter that understands. And I'm just gonna be like, Baba, what is he doing?
Yeah, no.
I've had to take her into the men's room because she has to go to the bathroom. She always asks me, "What's that?" I go, "Men pee standing up." She's like, "That seems cool." I go, "It is pretty cool. It is pretty cool." I like that I don't have to sit down. You try not to touch anything, okay? And stay away from the 2 meters in front of each urinal.
Yeah. Anyway, so I don't know how old these kids were. We weren't there, but I do understand the lady complaining. And the only thing I'm trying to say is that just because the woman complained, you can't
She's
call
not
her
transphobic.
Yeah,
no.
you can't call her phobic of anything because that would be if Poseidon. Who the fuck? Oh, it's repeatedly. Poseidon. Yeah.
It's not like church, fuck, like church bells.
Yo, Poseidon, what the fuck's going on?
It's Nabil. Nabil wants to speak to you. I think the doorbell got stuck, eh? All right, so guys, hit the music and we'll do the outros because we're over time. We got it here. I'm going to go over here. No, I'm going to stay here. All right, guys. So that's been the morning show. We ran a little long today because George was here and we got excited. We want to thank George for coming in all the way from fucking no man's land, the land beyond the wall. Where can we find George? George has 2 hit podcasts. I mean, they're both podcasts and they hit the internet. I mean, I guess that makes them hit podcasts. One is called Just Us Dads.
Hi, Papi.
Yeah. Papi muñeño.
Papi chulo.
Okay, we're a bunch of dads get together and discuss the ins and the outs of being fathers. I would have called it Tales from the Fatherhood, but whatever. Just Us Dads also works. You make most people uncomfortable. His other podcast, George, is called
The Backstage.
Contrary to popular belief and how it sounds, it's not about gay sex. It is about the backstage, which I assume has always been a poor translation from Greek paraskinia for backstage of politics. All the stories.
It's commonly used.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nobody ever thought backstage was a homoerotic thing.
No, because Phil confused it with a back door. And
good podcast.
But I mean, it confuses everything with a back
podcast.
door. So.
I also used to have a podcast, and maybe one day will again. But right now, I'm just too busy. It's called Fill My Hole, where I talk about nonsense. But if you guys need a video, hit me up. I will make you a non-homoerotic video. Or if you want one, we can make one of those. That's cool too. Poseidon is at the Poseidon69 on every single social media: Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, all the other ones.
I don't have Facebook.
YouPorn,
yes. It's the Poseidon 6969.
269. You should have put a squared. Guys, thank you for tuning into the morning show. Remember, it's different if your neighbor is not the same religion as you. I mean, if you kill them, then it's a hate crime because the Christian guy will kill you different if you're Christian. You know what I mean?
Wait,
people
what?
from the Balkans know what I'm talking about.
It's a weird way to end.
It's a weird way to end the fucking. Don't kill your neighbors. My name is Phil Balabanos, George Chanzrizos, Poseidon, Pantelis outside negotiating with our scum lords. Thank you. Have a good day, Carrie.
Love thy neighbor.
Guten Tag.